Venegas is the one who brought this up with the interview with her. He's got two sources. He's got two sources that's coming out of that camp that says that he's been getting hurt again. And he's been getting really banged up in sparring again. He has to psychologically gotten over that Ruiz loss. That's what's been going on.
Look. I don't listen to no rumors. And the day it comes down to this.
Well, okay.
There's loads of people that get hit in sparring, and there's loads of things coming out sparring. But when it comes down to the night, then Anthony Joshua will do what needs to be done. Look,
what? You believe in that Wilder rumor, right? You believe in that Wilder pay-per-view rumor.
Andrew Ruiz is a good, decent fighter. He's a good, decent fighter.
Right.
But he won't at that level.
We even that level. What Eddie beat him? How's he not that level?
I give Andy Ruiz the props because he's got the belt and he beat Anthony. But reality is going to
Andrew Ruiz systematically beat down Anthony Joshua. It's not a lucky punch that knocked him out.
Up until that third
he
round,
systematically beat him.
Anthony Joshua. No, listen to this. If Anthony Joshua knocked him down and got him out of there in that third round, like what was supposed to happen, nobody would know. But oh no, he was getting.
But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. What are you talking about? It did not happen.
It's not like Deontay Wilder versus Ortiz, where Ortiz won every single round and was beating Wilder.
He wasn't beating him up though. He won every. Yeah, but he wasn't beating him up every round.
He wasn't beating him up. Wait, hold up. He wasn't beating him up like Ruiz was beating up Joshua. Nah, you can't compare the two. You cannot compare the two. You cannot compare the two. Wilder did not sustain a beating for 6 rounds like AJ did for 7 rounds.
That doesn't make no difference. That's why I'm not
What are you talking about?
He didn't even know where he was in the last 2 rounds.
Okay, but why are you comparing it to Wilder who loses 6 rounds to Ortiz? But you're making a comparison. You were making a comparison that Wilder getting beat for 6 rounds as opposed to Joshua getting beat up by a Ruiz.
No,
that's no comparison, bro.
I'm comparing the performances of the opponents. If Luis Ortiz's performance, he was outclassing Deontay Wilder the whole fight before he got knocked out. So if Luis Ortiz knocked out Deontay Wilder and had a rematch, then I'll be like, like Luis Ortiz is a better fighter. He dominated the fight for that amount of time before the knockout. Blah 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 blah. He has to work on this. He has to work on that. But in the Joshua fight, he was winning that fight before he not even knocked him.
Nah, he was losing that fight. He was losing that fight. He was losing that fight. Nah, it was no way hell he was winning that fight. He was not winning that fight.
Oh no, he was strong.
Nah, he was not winning that fight, bro. He was not winning that fight. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how anybody could score that fight before he got stopped. He was losing that fight.
And he couldn't win all the rounds. The only round you could probably maybe give Ruiz, maybe is the first round. That's because they're being cautious. Other than
wait, hold up. How many rounds did you give Joshua before he got stopped? How many rounds?
I gave him all 3 rounds.
What?
I gave him all 3 rounds.
This guy. Edge, you're bad. You're bad, Edge. Edge, you're bad. Edge special. Edge, you're special, bro. You're special.
I was every time.
Edge, you're special, bro. You're special.
You're going to see exactly the same thing. Andrew Ruiz has got fast hands, but the only way those fast hands will be effective if you've got fast, quick speed. Andrew Ruiz don't have quick feet. So when he's going to try and move in to do the punches, Anthony Joshua was countering him, and he was connecting with his counters. That's why Anthony Joshua got confident by hitting him in the third.
Wow, off the neck foot? Are you sure?
And Andrew Ruiz couldn't connect him because it was of the reach.
Well, I definitely see that.
In the second round, I think it was the second round, the third round, he was his corner told him he was losing the round, so he came out strong. He tried to hit him, he tried to swing in, he tried to attack him. Anthony Joshua was palming all those shots off. He was palming them off. Even up until the knockout, Andy Ruiz was trying to swing, he was palming them off, and then he wasn't connected with his shot, and that's how he got the first knockdown. Yeah. And then the second time, then he got a little bit reckless and he put his arm down, and that's when then Andy Ruiz hit him over the top. That's where he got connected, and that's the problem. That's the problem with Anthony Joshua. And this is the thing. This is not Anthony Joshua's best performance. This is Anthony Joshua's worst performance. And he's knocked him down.
That's what that. But what I'm trying to say.
This is going to be better improved.
How is it going to be? How is it going to be better? How? Like he got frustrated.
How is it going to be better? Number one.
Yeah, go on.
He's going to be using his height and reach.
Yeah, he used that the first time when he got knocked out. He used that. Hold on. He used that. He got frustrated. What you see? Hold on. You trying to say that when Joshua was fighting, he wasn't using his height and reach in the first fight?
He was using his height and reach.
What was he using then? What was he using then?
In the corner. The trainer said in the
No,
corner.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What did you see? Did you not see him using that?
He was throwing hooks.
You saw Joshua throwing hooks in the first round, yeah?
He was bending his knees down.
I don't think he was to fight.
Bending his knees down to throw jab. Why you need to bending your knees down to throw jab?
Because everyone bends their knee. Your knees to be bent. When you're boxing, if you know boxing, your knees need to be bent to get the power. What are you talking about, Ed? You don't make no sense.
No.
Edge, what are you talking about? Edge, yeah? Edge, you bend your knees when you fight, but Edge. If you box people, you bend your knees. Hey, you bend your knees to get flexibility. What?
Who do you know knocked someone out the back foot?
Who did he knock on the back?
Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah,
play it up. Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Mayweather.
Very rare that somebody knocks someone out the back foot.
No, it happens though.
Very rare.
Hold on. Joshua, yeah, but that's what you do in training. When you do, no, hold on. Edge. When you fight boxing, all levels, you know how to punch going forward. You know how to punch back. So when he threw the left hook, you throw the left hook going backwards. Yeah, I agree that happens. Yeah, but that wasn't the fight. If you want to stick there on that. That wasn't the outcome of the fight. The outcome of the fight is the same. Okay, then let's go. So I know. So you said I'm telling you that he done that in the first fight. What he did, he bent himself down when he got frustrated because Ruiz did that. If you look at Ruiz, I don't think you listen to Ron McCracker's recent interview, right? This is what Ron McCracker said in his recent interview. He said that basically how we're gonna beat it, we're gonna use some of what Tony Parker did. And we're not engaged because we need to fight that type of fight. Keep moving, keep them out on the back foot, right? And then I agree with that. I agree that's how you need to win. But the problem is, is that Anthony Joshua wants to please the crowd, and his favorite fighter is Mike Tyson. He likes to get close. That's why he got knocked out. That's the only reason why he got knocked out. He has tendencies, to go and fight and please the crowd, bro. That's why he gets knocked out.
That's what I'm saying to you, man. That's what I'm saying to you, like. If Anthony Joshua fights the same fight against Andy Ruiz, he's gonna get.
He was outboxing. He was outboxing outside.
The same fight.
No, I know that. No, you didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. I said to you, he's boxing the outside. He's gonna do that. But what I'm gonna say to you, he can do all that, but he hasn't got the discipline and the patience to continue to fight for 12 rounds, bro. He likes to knock people out. Even with Parker, he was going to knock him out. It's only the referee kept on getting in the way. He has tendencies to go in there and please the crowd. He likes knockout. That's why AJ is a box office star. He wants to go in there and stop you. Therein lies why he loses. That's what I'm saying to you, bro.
I know what you're saying why he loses, but he got clipped in the back of the head. That's the only reason why he lost. Where's the first punch land? The first punch landed in the back of his.
Stop the fucking lying, Edge, bro. Edge, you're freaking terrible. Nah, man, Edge, you're bad, you know. Edge, you're really bad, you know. You're really bad. You're bad. I'm gonna show you, yeah. Edge, the first punch landed. It landed on the top of the head, bro. It went in the back and then it turned on the top of the head. No, side of the head. Side of the head, bro, on the top of his head. He didn't land on the back.
And that's illegal. That's illegal.
That's a legal punch, man. What are you talking about, Edge? Guys, bro. Edge, you're bad, bro. You're bad. What are you talking about? Edge.
It's a legal punch, bro.
It's illegal.
It's legal. You can hit somebody on top of the head.
Yeah, but when you're saying that, that's illegal. No, but that's illegal if you hit in the back of the head. That's a legal punch. Illegal. That's what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. He's saying he hit with a legal punch. Bro.
No, but he got hit. He got hit
in the side. He got hit with a legal punch. No, Edge. Edge,
It's the
stop
same
it.
thing when Triple G fights. He does those looping shots.
This
So
guy,
he gets you in the top of the head and gets you disorientated.
This
And that's what Lomachenko did against Kolar. When he does this shot, he does some looping shots when he goes on the top of the temple. And that's what you try to do to disorientate your opponent. And that's the quickest way to disorientate him. If you've got a hard jaw, if you've got iron jaw, it doesn't matter how tough your chin is. If you get hit in that area, well, no matter who you are.
Edge. He hit him with a proper punch as AJ was advancing. It was overhead right. It was overhead. That was an overhead Edge. It was you on that? You on that again? You on that as well? You on that lucky punch from the gods thing? You on that shit as well?
There is the punch from the
bro, this guy, bro.
Oh,
this guy, bro. We know what it is.
Trust me.
We know
we're gonna see what else did to Mikey Garcia, man. I see Anthony Joshua. I see in his eyes, man. I see in his eyes. He can't wait to get back in. He wants to prove everybody that he is the number one. He's got that.
Well, you know what, Ed? That's why. Yeah.
He's got that hunger. He's got the desire. He's like, I see it in his eyes. He wants to kill it. He wants to.
You didn't want to say that word. You didn't want to say that word. It's all good.
Edge.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, Edge, though. I like that confidence in your fight. I really do. I respect that. But I will say this, though. That's fine. I like the confidence. But don't run away. Do not run away if he loses, bro. Do not run away.
You know what it is? I think that the heat that he's been getting, because this is what the problem is, because he was getting too comfortable. He was getting too relaxed, getting massages in the ringside and all that. He was getting too relaxed. He thought he was easy. And I think that the heat that he's got has been a benefit. Because when you get heat like that, and people turn your back on you, people giving you the heat, people saying, "Oh, you're not all that you're hyped." So it can go two ways. It can go like, you know what, fuck it, I got all this money, man. What the fuck? I don't really need this shit. Or I can go, you know what, man? Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna smash, beat this dude up. I'm gonna show everybody I'm the man. And I think that Anthony Joshua's taking the second attitude there, and I can see.
Yeah, look, like a casual.
He's quietly confident in there. He's quietly confident.
He ain't quietly. He's talking mad shit.
He looks like a guy like thing is he's not really talking too much.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's talking about the gods.
He's got that attitude like, you know what? You see, when you're gonna see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, trust me.
Yeah.
If Anthony Joshua is gonna be
Anthony Joshua loses. Edge, you're gonna shut down your channel. Edge, you're gonna shut down your channel. That's what's gonna happen. So get out of here. Shut down your channel. Nah, bro. You been Edge.
I ain't
going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. We know about you, Edge. We know about you, Edge. Edge is gonna disappear again. Like that's what you've been doing. Nah, Ruiz losing. Hey, listen, we talk about Edge. We talk about the implications of losing. If Andy loses, we're back on the same bullshit again. Yeah, Andy Joshua fighting guys that to stay away from Wilder, waiting for Wilder to get old. That's what we're gonna see. If Ruiz wins, bro, the whole heavyweight division opens up, bro. And now we've got prospects of Fury, we've got prospects of Wilder, rematch with AJ. It's better. It's better when Ruiz wins.
I want to win and go F you to Wilder, man. Because Wilder's an idiot now.
And Fury too.
Understand? Let's keep it real. If Wilder really wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, he could have waited. You know what? I'm gonna wait until after the Andy Ruiz Joshua fight, and then I'm gonna.
If Joshua, if he really want that fight, he could have got the 58 section before fighting Beckett. He could have done the same thing too.
Even before then, at least then it can show that he is willing to make the fight happen. But the fact that he announced not one, he announced 2 fights back to back, all the way up to next year, even before the Anthony Joshua fight happened, tells me he ain't got no interest whatsoever of fighting Anthony Joshua. Why would you announce not 1, 2 fights back to back?
Well, I'll tell you why. I agree. I agree with your assessment on that one, Ed. But here's what I like to read between the lines. Here's what I think. I think what they're doing, I think they tried to do, I think both Joshua and Wilder secretly wanted to do a backdoor deal where they were going to marinate the process and weigh this out until a fight at a future date. I think that's what they were doing. They were building the fight as people like to call it, quote unquote, which you and I will argue about that for months and months now, that who's better, who's this, that, and the third. at the end of the day, they both ducked each other. That's what happened. And also at the end of the day, they were both marinating the process. And that's what happened. And of course, what happens is that the fans like you and me lose out on that because that's a dangerous situation that both fighters and both camps need to get into. Because why? Because if one of them takes a loss, it kills the interest of a big mega fight. And Joshua not only got beat up, he lost. He got knocked out and stopped pretty badly. So it's like now it kills the interest of the fight. And now if Joshua loses again, we may never get to see that fight. Maybe until in years until Joshua can recuperate. But that's just the thing. That's what I don't like about this whole marination process. I don't like that at all because we lose out on big fights. 154. Her and Carlo.
The marination process all came down to Wilder's side.
No, it came down to her too because Barry Hearn even admitted it too. Barry Hearn admitted that's what they were doing.
Anthony Joshua is already making the big bucks. He's not fighting Wilder. He's already getting 60.
Okay, we understand that. You can do that, but that's not does not neglect the fact that they were marinating the process.
Teddy Finkel admitted it. He admitted saying when he first had it, they offered 30, then they offered 20, then they offered 40, and now if they leave it a little bit more longer to build Deontay Wilder's profile and they fight Tyson Fury, beat Tyson Fury, and beat Ortiz, then they can make even more money. That's the reason.
Yeah, marinate the process. Marinating the process. The marinate. Nah, it was both sides, bro. And it was both sides. It was both sides.
Mayweather money. He don't need to.
Doesn't matter. He make Mayweather money. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. He was making Mayweather money in the UK. That's about it. But I'll tell you what.
Saudi Arabia now.
But yeah, okay. But the fact is this. Okay, I'll give you that one. But let me just tell you this though. It was Mayweather and Pacquiao. They were making big crap of money before they eventually fought, but they still marinate the process.
No.
Okay.
The thing is not really about marination. Like people say it's about marination, but I think it's more to do with one person not wanting it and waiting, and another person. It's like Triple G and Canelo. Like Canelo wasn't trying to marinate the fight. He was just
they were.
Wait it out.
No, that's who that Lions were marinating that fight. De La Hoya marinated.
We're trying to wait out Canelo, wait out Triple G until Triple G got enough older before then.
Nah, bullshit.
It wasn't about trying to marinate the fight because Triple G went the mandatory route, get Canelo, and Canelo vacated his belt to avoid him. Do you know what I mean? So that's how bad Triple G wanted that fight. So it's a similar situation where one person wants to fight, the other person doesn't want to fight and wants to wait to build his own profile so they can get more money down the negotiation table. That's where it comes down to. It's as simple as that.
He was being waiting 2-3 years.
Huh? What?
Your dad? Your dad's still there. Go ahead, Edge. Go ahead. Go carry this.
No, look, at the end of the day, it comes down to this. We'll find out December 7th what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I said that Andy Ruiz is a tough fighter. He's going to be a tough fighter. He's a better fighter than Gerald Miller and a tough fighter.
Knock AJ out, man.
I believe that overall, that Anthony Joshua is a better boxer. He's taller.
I agree with you. All this stuff, I agree with you.
Faster.
Yeah, no, he's not faster. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. He's not faster. He's not faster. Ruiz is just as fast as him.
He does what needs to be done. He will beat us.
No. In theory. But the thing is, he has to fight a guy. All right, he has to fight a guy whose style. Joshua's a chameleon, right? So they got Joshua boxing there, but Joshua doesn't like to fight like he wants to fight like Mike Tyson, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And Ruiz is better. Ruiz is better at him at that. Now, what I'm trying to say to you, Joshua can box, yeah, but Joshua's number one thing was to get close and bomb you out. That's what he likes to do, right? Can't do that with Ruiz. Now he has to fight a fight. He don't like fighting long. When he fights long, he falls in. Ruiz catches him. He's going down again, bro. That's what I'm gonna say to you, like.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't like the only reason why he catched him is because he went in and tried to throw hooks and and that's why it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. If he was doing his jabbing and going, and then Andy Ruiz came inside and doing some Mike Tyson kind of shit, then I'll be okay. Then I'll be worried. I'll be like, okay, he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he is getting touched, he's getting hit, he's getting outmaneuvered. But that wasn't the case. The reason why he went out, like the punch that he got Andrew Ruiz down, it wasn't even like, do you know what I mean? And then even after,
I think that,
just caught him again. Like I'm thinking to myself, like if Anthony Joshua just stayed calm and just stayed patient and went for the whole fight, then he would have easily beaten Andrew Ruiz. Like, do you know what I mean? Easily. And so I'm thinking to myself, if this was the worst performance of Anthony Joshua, we can all agree this is the worst performance of Anthony Joshua we have seen, and he still touched him, knocked him down, hit him again when he got back up, and touched him a couple of times in the second round and the third round. Then imagine what would happen once Anthony Joshua was fully focused, proper training camp, proper, like, you know what I mean, fully revitalized, hungry, desired. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is. We will see that. We'll definitely see that on December 7th. We will see on Saturday. But I will say this though, I'm more intrigued on whether his conditioning can hold up. Yeah. That's what I really want to see. I want to see what his stamina says, because I know he lost a lot of muscle mass, which is the right thing to do. But did he lose too much? Because he doesn't have the greatest punch resistance in the world either. Yeah. So we have to see. We'll see how that plays out in the fight.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So
yeah, like I don't know. We have to see in the scale how he looks.
Well, he looks like he's around the 230 range to me, 220, 235, something around that range.
But to be fair, like let's see how he looks. If he comes in around 230, 245, then I'm fine with that. If he comes in at 245. 230, 235, 245, I'll be fine with that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be worried about that too much. Like, you know what I mean? If he comes in at 280, like
250. Yeah, 250.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit over, but I mean, 280.
That ain't too much.
Looking at his frame and how he looks, like, I think he's coming in. I think he's going to be coming in around the 240, 35 mark. That's my guess.
Right.
My anticipation. Because he can't, like, slim down. Like, he can't go to Deontay Wilder kind of weight. Deontay Wilder he can't go to that kind of weight. He just doesn't have the frame to go down that size. Do you know what I mean? Like, Deontay Wilder can't build to Anthony Joshua's size. He's not naturally built that way. So, do you know what I mean? So, as long as I think he'll be around that weight. I think he'll be around that weight. So, I mean, I just think Anthony Joshua, I just see in the interviews. Like, and Andrew Ruiz is the one that doesn't look confident. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe Andrew Ruiz is the one that doesn't look confident. Like, when they ask him the questions, it's like, oh, I'm not going to guarantee the knockout. He's not even saying he's going to go 12 rounds. Like, I just feel like Andrew Ruiz, like Anthony Joshua, I just feel like it should be the opposite. Do you know what I mean? Like, Andrew Ruiz should be a little bit more confident, and Anthony Joshua should be the one that's less confident, because he's the one that
Well, you know what's funny? Reminds me. This the situation. Right, I hear you, but this situation kind of reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga and Vernon Forrest. I remember years ago. I remember. DJ, you and I can attest. You can attest to this. Yeah. When Mayorga fought Vernon Forrest, I remember that first fight. It was an upset. It was big upsets at that time, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Mayorga went through Vernon Forrest in 3 rounds, right? But a lot of people argue that was a fluke. Oh, that was a fluke. Vernon Forrest was just not focused. He wasn't, he was just caught up in other things. There was just a lot of excuses coming from the Forrest camp after that fight. They were making a lot of excuses. And they were trying to, if they did take the immediate rematch, okay, fine. They were like, okay, we're focused now. You're going to see different Vernon Forrest. We're going to outpoint this guy. And what did they do? They literally had Vernon Forrest running throughout the fucking fight. I mean, he literally was running away from Mayorga. I just don't understand what they were doing there, because they were afraid of Vernon Forrest getting caught with a big shot. That's what they were afraid of. And they were literally was trying to tell Vernon Forrest to jab. That's all you need to do. Don't load up with your right hand, just jab. I'm like, what the fuck? What type of instructions is that? Why don't he want him to use his right hand? I mean, Vernon Forrest literally was being extra cautious in that fight. He didn't know what to do. He looked confused. Why? Because he was getting 2 instructions from 2 different trainers. One by Ronnie Shields, another one by another co-trainer. I forgot the guy's name. And that's the one thing I don't like. Getting two different destructive.
No, that was his amateur coach, yeah, and he brought the guy in. That was that guy with the guy with the glasses. I know you're talking about. That's his amateur. Coach. He brought him in the amateurs, and they basically they trained him together. So what it is that it was Ronnie was more experienced in the pro game, but I think he was I remember his name. He was big, but the thing it didn't matter who was in his corner. And that's what I was trying to say. I was saying to H, it doesn't matter who's in AJ's corner. It don't matter about all that stuff. Even if two different. Bruh, like Vernon was experienced enough to deal with that. He couldn't beat Mayorga. He was playing theology. He acted like your punches didn't hurt. And also Vernon was wary of Mayorga's power. And therefore he didn't want to engage. He thought he could steal it on the cards and it wasn't happening. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was. But that was a good fight. I remember that. That was a big that was a big.
My whole point is that people thought that Vernon Forrest had a bad night, that they thought it was a fluke. I think Mayorga went into that fight as an underdog. I think the second fight, I should say, not the first fight definitely, but the second fight. I thought he was a slight underdog. I have to go back and check the odds on that again. But the fact is that he got the decision, and you're right, EJ. They thought they could just steal the fight on points by just jabbing her with the victory. That was their fault.
That's what Joshua's gonna do. That's what Joshua's gonna do in this fight. This is what I'm saying. But I'm trying to say to him, Mayorga, again, that's a good point. Mayorga,
I don't believe that. I think that the whole just trying to go on the back foot for 12 rounds. I think that's a smoke screen.
I think that's what they're going for, because let me tell you why. Because the way AJ's losing weight like that, bruh, that shows to me that they're trying to build oxygen into his body to lose all that mass. I think they're trying to train. They're not training for a knockout against Ruiz. That's not what they're going to do. I don't see it. And that's not what they do, because they tried to knock him out the last time and they paid a price for that.
Yeah.
That turned the fight around.
I think it's a smoke screen, because like what EJ said, his natural instinct to try to knock somebody out.
Yeah, it is.
I believe that Anthony Joshua will knock out Andy Ruiz. And I believe that they're going to try and knock out.
Edge. I tell you this, Edge. I believe he'll knock him down, though. I believe that Anthony Joshua knock Ruiz down, but I don't think I still believe Ruiz is going to get up and put it on him. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
I know. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Andrew Ruiz is not going to be a pusher. It's going to be like Deontay Wilder one-hit knockout. But I believe, though, he will get stopped. He will get stopped later on in the rounds, and I don't think that Anthony Joshua is going to look for points. He's looking to knock him out. That's what I believe.
Hey, Edge. I don't think Joshua. I don't think Joshua believes that his punches. See, Joshua, give me this, right? This is what I'm going to say to you. See, Joshua, I see him put full-blooded punches on Ruiz, and Ruiz took it and come back, because Joshua's usually hitting and they go down, right? So now Ruiz took his punches. Yeah, I know, but what Ruiz is showing you is that even if you throw full, but his chin is hard enough that he ain't going nowhere and he can counter, and that's why AJ got caught. AJ put full-blooded punches, and this guy, he got hit. I agree, but he hit back. You know, most of the time AJ hits, guys cover up and they go into a board and they don't want nowhere. Ruiz is different. That's what you can't.
Yeah, I know, but what I think is going to happen is like Anthony Joshua, he's going to interview, and Anthony Joshua goes, okay, what's going to be the difference this time? And he goes, look, the only difference is that he hit me in that back of the head. And he didn't say that. He said he's going to try and do it again. And if he gets hit, he gets hit. He's going to try and do it again. He's going to go and do the same.
Yeah, but that's what I said to you. That's what I told you. Joshua's going to go out like Mike Tyson. That's what I've been telling you. But
this is what I'm saying to you.
I told you. Joshua ain't going to learn.
He's not afraid.
No one's saying he is, but no one's saying he is, but what I'm trying to say, this is the whole thing. It's the tendencies of how Joshua has been for him. You can't change your tendencies, bro. That's what I'm gonna say to you. So I agree with you that if he goes that way, but this time it's gonna work. But that's what fucking like going back to Vernon Forrest and Mayorga, that's what Mayorga thought. Vernon Forrest thought. He thought, I'm gonna do him, and every time he stepped up, Mayorga was ready for him. See, what you understand is that you're gonna get a better AJ. No, I agree, but you're gonna get a much better Ruiz because he's a champion. And he wants to retain. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to beat that guy when this guy now has all that stuff. He's got his following, his family. That guy's going to be harder to beat, Edge. You see what I'm going to say to you?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Andy Ruiz is going to be better, and Anthony Joshua is going to be better. I just believe that Anthony Joshua is a better Anthony Joshua beats a better Andy Ruiz.
Well, that's what they said about Vernon Forrest. They thought a better Vernon Forrest was going to be Ricardo Mayorga in the second fight. That's what people were all saying. I remember that.
Oranges, man. It's like
I'm saying I'm making a parallel between the two fights.
Lennox Lewis and Happy Ratman. Always like to compare that.
Yeah, I'm in the trial. We can do that.
Because when he was living, Happy Ratman, it was a shock. It was like, oh my god, he knocked him out clean. Like, and then next to us wanted to go straight for the rematch, because he knew deep down that he should be beating Hasim Ratman. And he's the best boxer overall. Hasim Ratman is a decent fighter, but he's not as good as Dennis Lewis. So then when it came down to it, Dennis Lewis done what he should have done in the first fight. But
the difference between the two fights is that Robert caught Lewis with a good shot. He caught him. He caught him when Lewis was winning the fight.
Was a good shot. So
how long did that fight last? Did they knock him out with one good shot?
Yeah, opposed to Ruiz don't have the power. That's the difference. Ruiz don't have the power. That's the difference.
What?
Ruiz, what? Edge, stop it.
Power.
Edge.
He doesn't have the Deontay Wilder knockout power.
No, Edge. No, I agree with you because Joshua kept getting up. But he has the power to knock him down, though, isn't it, Edge?
Yeah, he's got power.
All right, then. So Edge, you don't have to have Wilder. But no one on the planet has Wilder power. That's why it's Wilder power.
Yeah,
what I'm saying to you.
But
Edge, what I'm trying to say to you is that you don't have to have Wilder power. You don't have to have Wilder power. Edge, you don't have to have Wilder power because Joshua's chin is not that good, bro. That's what I'm saying. Joshua's chin is not that good. And he Joshua pinned down against elite. Let me give you something. Against elite opponents, he's been down twice. Vladimir Klitschko, even though some people wasn't. And Ruiz is elite, but Ruiz is elite. Ruiz is elite, right? Arguably, he beat Parker. I didn't get the decision. Ruiz is an elite fighter. So what I'm gonna say against elite fighters, Joshua goes down. Hear what I'm saying to you, bro. You know what I mean? That's what's going on.
I mean, look. Who knows? Anthony Joshua could go down because the tactics he might do the dangerous tactics. At the end of the day, he could risk getting caught. But like, look, I just believe that Anthony Joshua is gonna do a job on Andrew Ruiz. I just believe that he's gonna do it. He's just a better fighter, mate. He's just an overall better.
Yeah, I know you believe that. But I know you believe that. I believe that Vernon Forrest is a better fighter than Mayorga all day. No one can tell me nothing. But it doesn't mean he's gonna win the fight. That don't mean he's gonna win the fight. Hear what I'm saying to you, bro. I believe Anthony Joshua, but it don't mean he's gonna win the fight. No, it don't mean he's gonna win the fight.
I can't go in my crystal ball, but like I can't guarantee go in my crystal ball. Who knows? He can go into that fight. Something could happen. He could pull a muscle.
Wait, you just said a second ago. You just said a second ago that AJ is gonna win that fight. He's gonna obliterate Edge. Okay, then now you say that you can't guarantee he's gonna win.
I can't say I guarantee.
Why not? I do. I guarantee Finger's gonna win.
I believe. Like, if you give me who do I think is gonna win, I think that is.
Okay, you said you believe, but you said you guarantee.
I can't say I can guarantee.
Why not? I guarantee that Ruiz is gonna win the fight. That's what I'm saying. I can. I tell you right now. I guarantee. Yeah, it's
all about prediction, EJ.
No, it's true. No. I'm listening. I guarantee. Because I know. Listen, I tell you what. I got years of history. I guarantee. I got years of history. I got years of history. I guarantee that Ruiz is gonna win the fight, whether hook by crook. I guarantee it. Like Spencer, yeah. It's recorded. This is live. We're live right now. Are we live? Yeah, we're live right now. We've been live for like half an hour now. Like we're live. I'm telling you. Right? What I've done, if you look, right, you know EJ, I find a way. You know I always find a way. But look, like Smoke wants to jump in as well, cause a lot of people want to give their opinion. But listen, what I'm saying, we're live right now. I guarantee that we're going to win the fight. I've already got a record. I don't care. Like if I'm wrong, the link here. Smoke, give me your email and I'll put it into Google thing because Smoke wants to jump in. This is what I'm trying to say to you, right? Edge, right? This is what I'm saying to you. Rematches tend to go the same way. And it's like 80%. It's a high percentage, right? They rarely go, especially I'm talking about rematches straight away. They rarely go the opposite way, right? Now I understand neutral grounds. I understand what AJ's got. Now I'd like AJ to win. Don't get it twisted. I like AJ to win. But the bottom line is I can't go against history. I can't go against history that the rematches I get in these situations with the guy who beat the guy in that manner. They really lose the fight. Like I said to you, you have to. The only one example, Edge, the only one example I know in a immediate rematch is Ingemar Johansson versus Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson lost the heavyweight champion to Ingemar Johansson. Ingemar Johansson caught him with a punch, and he never recovered. He got beat down. In the rematch, 6 months later, Patterson.
Yeah, no, but like,
wait, let me finish what I'm saying. Patterson came back, yeah. So let's say Patterson's AJ, right? So Patterson's AJ. Patterson came back in the rematch and knocked that Ingmar Jackson. And then a third fight, and he then knocked him out in the third fight. So that was done, right? That's the only one where a guy who and listen, Patterson got knocked down the same amount of times as AJ, about 5 times, about the same time, right? About the same times. So there is a guy who can come back. So there is a slim chance. But bro, that's only a slim chance. In the heavyweight championship of the world, that's the only one. So AJ's got a lot of odds going against him. But what I'm trying to say to you is, the first time the guys have been heavyweight champion, that was the first time, right? So what I'm trying to say, I'm going with history. I'm going with what usually happens in a rematch, and this and that. And it's not I don't put my personal feelings in it. I'm just going by what normally happens. So that's why I'm saying I guarantee that he's going to win, because that what normally happens.
Fair enough.
That's why I'm going
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not fair on history. I'm not fair on that.
I know you don't.
Who is, I believe, is the overall better fighter, and who should win that fight. It should be Anthony Joshua, because he's overall the better fighter than Andy Ruiz.
Well, from a championship, from a world level perspective, right. Well, from a world level perspective, because Joshua's been in more championship fights, he's beat better caliber opponents than Ruiz. Yeah, I understand that language, but EJ's point is that again, but when it comes to rematches, especially the way the guy got beat up in the first fight, it doesn't turn out very well. It turns out to be the same result. Typically, it does. I'm not saying that. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion, but what I'm saying is that don't get overconfident about Joshua winning that rematch. Don't do it.
I'm confident. As long as Anthony.
That's what I'm saying. Do not be too confident about it.
Anyway, Anthony Joshua loses this fight if he's injured. If he goes in
Hey, why you gonna be injured? 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 Edge. He's gonna be edge.
Joshua is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, he will be. He will be.
Andy Ruiz.
Listen. Let me ask you: was Joshua firing on all cylinders when he fought Ruiz the first time?
No.
What was wrong with him?
That was the worst performance.
What was wrong with AJ that he wasn't firing all cylinders?
Number one, he was fighting on the back foot.
No, man, no. I'm not talking about the fight. No, I'm not talking Edge. I'm not talking about the fight itself. Edge. My question is not Edge. My question is not the fight. My question is before the fight. I'm saying to you, what makes you think that he wasn't firing all cylinders? That's what I'm saying before the fight. But in the preparation of the fight, what makes you think he wasn't firing all cylinders?
When I say he wasn't firing on all cylinders, I mean in regards to the performance in the ring.
Yeah, because Ruiz made him do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the performance in the ring. Man. Okay. As in, I wasn't happy with his performance. Even if he knocked him out in the third round, I would not have been unhappy with his performance. And I think that even with the Povetkin fight, the first few rounds was a little bit. I think that, for example, the Povetkin fight, I was more concerned with Anthony Joshua in the Povetkin fight than I was in the Andy Ruiz fight. In the Povetkin fight, he was kind of getting touched a little bit by Andy Povetkin, and then he could talk the fight later on in the fight.
Who's a better fighter? Povetkin or Ruiz? Who's a better fighter? Who's a better fighter? Who's a better fighter? Who's a better fighter, Povetkin or Ruiz?
I think that I would.
It's not even close, bro. It's not even close.
You know what? Andy Ruiz versus Povetkin.
No. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say versus. Who's a better fighter? Who's the better fighter at this point? Ruiz or Povetkin? At this point.
I would say Povetkin is I think like right now Ruiz better because he's younger.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you know. Of course he's better. He beat AJ. When you look at. Nah, you go by performances. Of course, Ruiz is better. But what I'm saying to you,
but I was not concerned.
Yeah, I know you wasn't.
When he got hit.
You're concerned now, though. I think you're concerned now,
I'm
bro.
not concerned at all. I'm not worried at all. I know that this is going to go a different way.
Yeah.
Anthony just was injured.
Okay.
I know this is going to go a different way. I was just like, you know what I mean? If Anthony Joshua loses, fair enough. Like, fair enough. I'm going to shut down all my social media.
I know you will. That's some bullshit. I know you will. That's some bullshit, Edge. You're fucking on some bullshit. I know you will, Edge. That's some bullshit, Edge. Like, why are you freaking? Nah, I know you will, Edge. You did it last time. Everyone was after you. Where's the drink, Edge?
I never did it.
You did, Edge. You never had for months.
That never happened.
Yes, it did.
My social media still carried
Nah. Edge. You were silent.
Exactly.
We never talked to none of us. Edge. Edge, you never talked. Edge is funny. Hey, you never talked to none of us. Yeah, you was gone, bro. You was ghost like
man,
you was ghost like YG, bro. You was ghost like YG.
You were gone.
Ghost. You was ghost.
You were
like
gone.
Anyway, like
ghost like YG.
Plus, that's not gonna happen because I think that's not big, so it's not gonna happen.
Well, if he doesn't win, let me ask you this: if he doesn't win, are you going to disappear?
Yeah, he's gonna disappear.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose.
No, I'm asking if he does. If he loses, are you going to?
If the option that a miracle happens and God strikes again, then I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
You are gonna.
Okay.
You haven't got no other fighters in boxing. You don't support no one else, so you have to go.
It's not even lose.
Yeah, you do. You
guys are mistaken.
Edge.
My belief in one fighter being another fighter, then for fandom. Because I was saying the same thing when Errol Spence was fighting Mikey Garcia. I said exactly the same thing. I said there's no way on this planet that Mikey Garcia is going to beat Errol Spence. I was exactly the same confidence that I had with that fight than I have with this fight. I said exactly.
Wait a minute. Are you really comparing that situation to Ruiz and Joshua?
Yeah, I'm comparing it. I said no, because this is the belief I have. I'm looking at one fighter's abilities. I look at another fighter's abilities. And I'm thinking 9 times out of 10, Anthony Joshua should beat Andy Ruiz. He's a better all-round fighter.
Out of respect,
than Andy Ruiz.
Well, Earl Spence is, in my view, Earl Spence is a slightly better technical fighter than Andy Ruiz. The only way. Hold up. Andy Ruiz technically is better than Mikey Garcia technically. So both of those, I mean, you can't really compare the two.
Yeah, but technically better, but he's not better than Anthony Joshua. Still the same principle. He might be a little bit better.
Earl Spence?
Like the only way that Andy Ruiz is going to beat Anthony Joshua is to knock him out. And the only reason why that fight got stopped the first time is because Anthony Joshua was looking for more time. He wasn't knocked out. He was waiting for more time. He got up. How many times did he get up? You know he's not the referee. He ain't got something out of power.
The referee's instructions, going to your corner, looking at them as if they're going to throw in the towel. So to me, that shows that his body's
thinking. You know what? I'll be more worried.
He mentally gave up.
I'll be more worried if he's fighting Deontay Wilder than I am in this fight. Because Deontay Wilder has got power. So if he hits
it's so darn bad. You were very confident in him getting that Wilder fight.
Even if Anthony Joshua gets knocked down, I still believe that he'll get up and beat him. That's how bad it is. But I just don't believe that Andy Ruiz doesn't have power. The only reason why he knocked him down the first time was because of where he hit him. And Anthony Joshua's going to go fine. I'm going to make sure I don't get hit there next time, or we're going to try our best.
Well, not just that. It's like whenever Joshua gets clipped, he doesn't recover quickly. He's still hurt. He's a fight. Well, yeah, I know that. What I'm saying is he doesn't recover quickly. He doesn't have fast movement powers. That's what I'm telling you. He recovered 4 times.
He recovered 4 times.
He recovered when those guys left him off the hook because they were worried about him. That's what it is. They didn't want to get caught with a big shot.
Oh my God,
no, I'm serious. I don't see he does not recover quick.
I want the fight happen tomorrow. So
I hear you.
You guys. I don't want you guys.
Let me say this. Let me just say this. I'm on record. Let me just get it on record, okay? Let me say this. At first, when this rematch got announced as an immediate rematch, I was very, very skeptical about this. I said, you know what? It's a mistake. And it could still be a mistake. You don't get going to the immediate rematch and get beat the way you did in the first fight. You just don't do that, number one. Number two, I said, you know what? I just don't see how Joshua can make these adjustments in time to get against a guy who, especially the way he took the beating against him, all right? Third thing, as training camp has went down, training camp just went down, the timeline went down the line as time has progressed, has progressed. I see low profile, he's kept quiet, he's been out of the media, he's been, training, he's been focused on his training, he's focused on his adjustments, he's scaled down on his muscle mass. And I took those factors into account and said, you know what? This could be a 50-50 fight. Give it back to Ruiz to slim down himself. And I'm like, whoa, well, what's Ruiz doing? Why is he slimming down? To me, I think that's a bit of a mistake on Andy Ruiz's part to slim down the way he's doing it. But That's why I'm taking these into account. So now my projection is going from Ruiz winning this fight to a 50-50 fight. I don't know who's going to win this fight, to be honest with you. But now there's rumors coming out, even the rumors coming out right now, that Joshua's getting hurt, getting sparring, getting beat up by all these guys in sparring, and he has a psychological got over the first Andy Ruiz loss. I don't know. I'm still gonna say it's a 50-50 fight either way. So my point is this, again, don't think this is a foregone conclusion for either fighter. I think it can go down to who lands the most powerful shot, in my view. One. And number two, don't guarantee this is gonna be a victory for AJ. He's not out there. Do not guarantee this is a solid victory for him. Do not. Even if he wins, I just can't see how he can leave that fight unscathed. I just can't see it. I can't see it. But go ahead.
I think that Anthony Joshua is going to do a job on Andy Ruiz. I think that he's going to do what Elspeth did to Mikey Garcia. I think he's going to just completely dominate the fight. He's going to. I think he's got a chip in his shoulder. I think he's got a chip in his shoulder, and he wants to prove to everybody that he ain't no joke. Because everybody's taking the mick out of him, saying the hype job, he's this, and Anthony got the look in his eye of someone. When Andy Ruiz hold him to his face, I think he's quick. He's like,
let me just say this. Being a hype job. Let me just say this real quickly, man. Let me just say, sorry to cut you off. Let me just say this. I'm gonna make this clear to everybody out there, okay? You don't have to like Anthony Joshua, but the one thing you cannot say that he's not a hype job, all right? The man has done a lot of things in his short time in his career, all right? He's beaten Quebec, he's beaten Klitschko, he's beaten Parker, he's beaten Brazil, he's beaten Dylan. So you got to give the man well, maybe to an extent. But
not a hype job. I wouldn't call him a hype job. Don't worry.
Yeah, I hear you. But I would say he's done a lot more. He's done a lot in his career in a short time span. So you got to give him credit for that, brother. You got to give him credit for that. But go ahead.
I just saw the look in his face. I just think that he's just got like, it's like Anthony Joshua is like, all right, okay, you know what I mean? And it's the same. And one guy of what's his name? I think his name was J-Rock.
Yeah,
he's got a point because remember when Carl Naki fought what was his name? Charles Martin.
Yeah.
Charles Martin. He was taking the mick out of Charles Martin, going, "Oh, you ain't got no heart. You ain't got this. You ain't got that. You ain't got that." And because of that, it gave Charles Martin that extra 30%. He was like, I ain't got no heart, yeah. I ain't gonna be. You know what I mean? And that fight was a war, a 12-round war.
Good fight.
Right.
And I think
it was a good fight.
I believe that the reason why it ended up being the way it was because of Charles Martin's pride.
Right.
His pride saying, I'm not gonna go down to you again. Nah. That's not gonna happen. So I think that when people are saying that he quit, Deontay Wilder saying you quit, Andy Ruiz said to his face, I think you quit. I saw the look in Anthony Joshua's eyes, and it's like, you know what? You see that? Wait until the WSW. I'm gonna.
Hey, you know what? Hey, what's up, Dwayne? About that?
I'm gonna continue.
Hey, you know what? Let me just say this. I think Johnny Nelson, you know what? Here's the thing. I think Johnny Nelson meant to plant that question against for Ruiz because he's looking for some type of motivational factor to get Joshua going. In my view. That's the reason why he asked that question.
Hey, Johnny Nelson kept speaking.
Yo, what's up, Dwayne? What's up, Dwayne?
I think that all the negative press that he's been getting, I think all the negative press, all the people doubting him, believing him, I think that's done him a favor because I think that he didn't get so much negative press. And everybody was like, this. I think it may be dangerous in the second fight. But because he's got so much negative press, because he's getting so much heat, and because people say he quit, and the biggest thing is because people say he quit. When people say, "Oh, you quit, you this," I think.
Well, you know what? You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
He
did. It didn't look like. I let Dwayne jump because Dwayne. What's up, Dwayne? That's Dwayne.
Yo.
What's going on, Dwayne? Dwayne. You know AJ's right. You know that's AJ's way. Dwayne, what's gonna happen in the rematch, Dwayne? Come on, Dwayne.
You know what happened in the rematch?
What's gonna happen?
You know what? Yeah. One of them ones where I might not even watch the fight because I'm scared.
I told you, Edge.
Bro,
I told
bro.
you, bro. You scared of AJ. You see, you know AJ
Bro,
gonna
you
lose.
know what it is? You know what it is, bro?
See, I told you. Yeah.
No, hold on. I think you know what it is with me. It's a couple of things in it. First of all, I don't agree with what Dan is saying about he got beat up, whatever. He only got beat up because he didn't recover. Let's just be real, innit? If you really watch that fight again, every time he thought he hurt Ruiz, he lunged in, and that's when Ruiz countered him. If you really watch that fight again, I watched the fight again today, yeah, and every time, even in the fourth round, he hit Ruiz with a left hook, jumped in straight away.
Yeah,
Ruiz countered him. So I just thought he just wanted to prove a statement. I think that Wilder knocking out Brazil the way he did really got him, mentally like, oh damn, I need to prove something. You know what I'm saying? So even if he wins it boring, I think he's just looking to win regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, and that's why, you know what, Dwayne, that's why I brought up from Vernon Forrest and Ricardo Mayorga, because that's exactly the mentality and strategy that Vernon Forrest had when he lost to Mayorga the way he did the first fight. Mm-hmm. His mentality and strategy was, I'm going to go box my way to victory. I'm not going to slug with this guy. I'm not going to do it.
He better hug his way to victory. Hug that nigga all fight.
He's going to be doing them tactics.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would. Jab, grab. That's what I'm doing the whole fight.
Yeah.
It's funny you brought up Klitschko because Louis Papon, whatever his goddamn last name is, Papon. This motherfucker's been assigned to officiate this fight, and we all know what he did with the Klitschko and Povetkin fight. He allowed Klitschko to fucking get away with murder against Povetkin, holding, grabbing, leaning on his back, throwing him across the ring, and counted that as a knockdown on one occasion. I'm like, what the fuck? And yet Klitschko is now secretly advising AJ. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm connected the dots here. I'm like, okay, I see what they're going with this. In my view, I think they're gonna try to point their way to victory, grab and hold, not let Ruiz get his shots off in any chance. That's what they're gonna do. I think that's what's gonna happen in this fight. Mm-hmm. Real talk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
that's what they're gonna do.
Listen, let me say this, yeah. I also disagree with you saying that why did he get a rematch? Because he had no choice. Because if he let Andy Ruiz, if he took a warm up, Andy Ruiz would be fighting Wilder right now. Let's be real.
Yeah. Let's be real. I see what you're saying. You make a pretty good, interesting point. But did he have a choice, or did Eddie Hearn tell him he had no choice?
Yeah. That's a good point. Yo, that's a good point. Blood saying that in the chat. Blood saying, yeah, if Andy Joshua wasn't with Eddie Hearn, yeah, he would support AJ. If AJ wasn't with Eddie Hearn, Blood said he would support AJ, but he can't roll with him because of Eddie Hearn, and everyone knows it. Is this fight for Eddie Hearn or is it AJ? Because AJ looked like after the fight, he looked like he was cool. He looked like he was happy, like okay, he beat me. But then Eddie Hearn was the one making up there. Eddie Hearn's been upset and was thinking.
No, but yeah, look, I agree with that, but then yet again, I disagree because, like I said, what negotiation power does AJ have if he wants to belt that against the winner of Andy Ruiz versus?
Well, does he? I mean, I see what you're saying, Dwayne, but does he really want those fights as many of us want him to take those fights? Because I'm looking at his demeanor in his approach now. Because it seems like, as they said after he lost that fight, he was relieved that he lost because he's like, I don't have the pressure on these belts now. I can just go do my thing. I can rest now. That's what he was doing. I can rest. I can enjoy my time with my family and friends. I can give a fuck about this now because I made enough money as it is already in my young career.
That's right.
But
now, like Eddie Curtis, like telling him,
that's the problem that we have with AJ because he has a sucker mentality. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's why you ain't got no confidence.
The only people that will ever make that statement is
he has got a sucker mentality, but Mr. Boxer today's in the chat as well. Shout out to Mr. Boxer today. Shout out to Plug.
The thing is, if it's me, yeah, and I lose my belt, I'm trying to get my belt back.
No, not me, but
but
AJ's rich, man. AJ's rich, man. Yeah, but AJ, yeah, but you see what it is, yeah? You see what it is, Dwayne? If you look at Al Heyman, what he's been doing, every time AJ fights, they made sure that Wilder fought a couple of weeks, even a month before, right? And they told Wilder, make an impressive statement and put the heat on him. So every time AJ fought, Wilder was fighting like a month or a week before and putting the pressure. So it was fresh in people's minds, yeah? So then AJ felt, then Eddie Hearn was like, look, we're going to make a statement. So let's go out there. And that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to play catch up, yeah? And now it crossfired. Now AJ's just trying to get his belts back. It's not the same thing where it's like he's coming in overly confidently, yeah? I'm trying to tell you that it is right now, I don't think he's going to win the fight, bro. I just don't think he's going to win the fight. You know what I mean? Let me try to smoke. Smoke's got another email here. I don't think he's going to win the fight, bro. I don't see how AJ beats Ruiz, the guy who beat him down, bro.
I could see him beating him, yeah. But like I said, it's a 50-50 in it. Like one of them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a 50-50 fight now.
I don't think so. It's not 50-50.
To my point is again his whole approach after the fight and after he lost, while he lost that same night, and now I just don't know if he really cares at this point. It's just that he just wants to get this pressure off of him, and Eddie Hearn is relying on him along with the networks. That's what he's trying to do. So I don't think he really cares if he wins at this point. If he wins, fuck it. But the fact is that if he loses, he probably feel much better losing because he doesn't have that pressure anymore. Well, he has all the money now.
Well, what I would say to that is that he has a couple things that's bad for him. But remember, we've all said he's struggling against shorter fighters. But now you're fighting a shorter fighter with 4 times, Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. And then the guys, he's better at what AJ likes doing. He's better at your style. And AJ's tendency is to fight in that pocket. Like, I don't care what people say. AJ likes Mike Tyson. That's AJ's favorite fighter, bro. That's who the guy he looks up to. They trying to make him like Klitschko, but that's what AJ got. See, AJ fighting like Tyson got him to where he got to. And then all of a sudden they said, no, it's not good for you, right? They said, that's not good for you. You need to fight like Klitschko. You need to do that smash and grab because that's what's going to sustain them. And since he's been doing that, this is what's happening. So AJ, in any style, Ruiz has got him. You know what I mean? He's got him. Hey, Smoke, you can jump in now. I just added you, so you're good. Yeah? Like, so I'm saying to you right now, right? And I have to be honest with you, yeah? In the rematches, and for the guys listening, Blood and the rest of the guys, they missed the boxing today too, and the rest of the guys, I'll say it again. In the rematch in history, there's only one fight in boxing history who's ever done that, and that's what's his name again? Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson against Ingemar Johansson. Ingemar Johansson beat down Floyd Patterson multiple times, the same amount of times that AJ went down against Ruiz, and he's the only guy to come back here and put his opponent and get back. No one has really done it. No one's really done that in an immediate rematch like that, bro. No.
Yeah.
In a immediate rematch, that's never happened. It's never happened.
I mean, the way you're talking, I'm not able to watch the fight, bro.
No, but
I know exactly.
I'm trying to say
this is exactly what I've argued. Look, I have no problem with AJ rematch or Ruiz. We all agree. We have no problem with that. My only problem is the manner he got beat in the first fight, and he's going back into it right away, given the fact he's already taken punishment in his previous fights. It just doesn't look good. I'm like, you should take it easy.
Yeah, but
get.
That's what I'm saying. Dan, you can never really say he had recovered. You can never say that. You can only judge him off really intriguing before he got hurt. So the fight before he put Ruiz down, the first 3 rounds, did he look out of his depth? No.
Not really. No. He wasn't. No.
To me, there's not enough of the sample size to say, okay, he got beat down when he was losing the fight clearly before he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's people that get hurt and there's people that recover. When Wilder got hurt versus Ortiz, it took him a round or so to recover. It took him longer. You know what I'm saying?
He never recovered because Ruiz was beating his ass down.
That's what I'm saying. But then, like I said, if you rewatch the fight again, I watched the fight again today. Every time Joshua hit him with some big shots and Ruiz's head snapped back. And Joshua thought, okay, this
go. Yeah. He didn't.
He kept jumping in. He kept jumping in. Because the thing with AJ, he doesn't know how to fight at a distance. So he kept jumping in. So that's why Ruiz was just throwing every time AJ threw.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm saying. So to me,
Dwayne.
What I say is 50-50 because in the first 3 rounds before he knocked Ruiz down and he went for it, you can't really say he was losing the fight. You can't really say he was winning the fight. Because I had it 1-1.
Yo, Dwayne, was the punch in the back of the head?
No, the one where he went down, was like in the back of the corner.
But the first one,
the initial punch, where he got real hurt and did the kicking down, it was on the side of the head.
Temple. Thank you. That's what I said.
It's the one where you know when he
when he was when he went down, that did land in the back of it. But I wasn't out.
Yeah,
but
that was in the back of it.
I agree with
But
you.
But he wasn't hurt from that.
No, but he was hurt from the temple shot, the original overhand
he was hurt from the temple shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, Smoke, you.
I ain't gonna lie,
yeah.
When you watch that Sky commentary when he got hurt, right, you would have thought AJ was in a war. The way Adam
Smith, he don't like AJ. He don't like AJ though. He was upset when AJ beat Klitschko. He loves Klitschko, innit? Adam Smith's biased, and he never liked AJ. He never like there's people in England. This is what I'm saying. They think everyone in England is for AJ.
It's true. Adam Smith seems not really like AJ.
He don't like AJ because he likes Klitschko.
He loves Wilder. He loves Wilder.
He likes Wilder because he knows what he likes.
As much as he's a guy that doesn't condone all that stuff here, he actually likes it behind the scenes. So you know that people that Wilder said kill someone in the ring, he likes people to hype up the trip. He likes that. He looks at AJ boring as hell. You know what I mean? The thing is, even though Klitschko was boring, remember when David Haye did the shirt of him cutting his brother's heads off and stuff? That turned Klitschko sideways. That's when Adam started liking the Klitschko like that.
Oh, blood.
Yeah, that too. About that, thinking about that too.
Let me address Blood real quick. Yeah, so Blood's talking.
It seems like it seems like the commentary team.
Yo, Dan, let me address Blood for a minute. Let me address Blood. No, Blood. When I'm talking about the heavyweight championship, when Joe Louis fought Smelling, right? None of them were the heavyweight championship of the world. It was eliminated for the championship of the world because he beat Matt, and that wasn't immediate, right? Remember again, I'm talking about with Blood. I'm talking about an immediate rematch. So the guy's the heavyweight champion of the world, and the guy immediate rematch. So when Joe Louis beat, he beat after James Braddock, right? So it wasn't an immediate rematch. It was a rematch for them or what happened before, but it wasn't an immediate rematch. We're talking about a heavyweight championship who just lost the belt and he goes into the rematch. And I'm trying to say that really, I think Ali's one of them guys that he lost the belt and then he gained the belt straight. Actually, did Ali gain the belt straight? Yeah, he beat Spinks, right? But when he beat Spinks? So so Ali versus Spinks in Ali Spinks in that fight where he beat the belt, and then what's up, Smoke? Yeah, and then Ingemar Johansson, versus thing. But rarely, what's up? Yeah, but rarely in the rematch does the heavyweight champion who loses the belt does he lose straight away. It doesn't happen often, and it's not like I said. I got Ali versus Spinks. I've got Floyd Patterson regaining the belt against Ingemar Johansson. Right, that was the first time that ever happened, right? And I don't know which other one. In immediate rematch. So but the thing is, I'm talking about multiple knockdowns. So if you're talking about multiple knockdowns, Floyd Patterson got knocked down multiple times by Ingemar Johansson, right? And then in the rematch, he beat him, and then they had a third fight. So that's what I'm kind of talking about in a similar circumstance where the champion got knocked down multiple times. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, blood. But go ahead. Smoke, what's up, Phil? Yeah, we chopping it up.
What's up, BJ? What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man? Cool, man. What's good?
What's up, Smoke?
Yeah, what's good, man? Hey, Smoke.
What's up, Dan?
Yeah. All right, that Smoke. Let Smoke get in. Smoke, so what you saying then? Give us what you think about what we talking about.
Pretty much the same thing. I think AJ hasn't changed too much, really, for him to be victorious. He's just not good at his powerful back foot. But I will say that the choice of the refs may play huge. And I've been saying this from the beginning. If the ref doesn't let Ruiz fight on the inside, then this is a done deal. It's AJ boarding fight on points is what I see.
Yeah, if they're not AJ versus Parker again.
Yo, Smoke, you got a TV? You got a TV in the background? When you got a TV in the background, do you mind turning it down? I think someone's got a radio TV in the background. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of them ones. For me, it could be AJ versus Parker again. It could be one of those ones, isn't it? But you see, against Parker, AJ never really threw a combination in that fight. So that's what I'm saying. He'll have to fight like that again. So he has to throw one single shot, or just jab, single shot, time up, not let Ruiz work, because that's what it's gonna have to do for him to win that fight. Because he throws combination. What's his name? Ruiz will get to him first.
Yeah,
right. It's just like I was saying, like AJ, I don't think he hooks off the jab. I don't think his lateral movement is there. I don't think his head movement is there. Nope. He doesn't use enough of the ring. Yeah. the space that he's fights at, it's just all wrong. So really, I think it takes years to learn to fight off the ropes, not months. I think that if the ref doesn't help him out, then Ruiz just could beat him up.
And that ref did let things go because that's the same ref for Klitschko.
Let me say this, EJ.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
The one thing I disagree with AJ does, Rob McCracken does for AJ. AJ doesn't do sparring like the old-fashioned way. He does technical sparring.
Yeah.
You understand? So he does this, you do this, or them situations there. He doesn't do like, okay, if I'm getting mauled, what am I supposed to do? Them like remember when Ruiz knocked him down at the end of the third round, he was getting the hell beat out of him. He didn't know what to do. So he's never been put in that situation by Rob McCracken. He's only in the position of, okay, if he shows you this look, you do this. If he does that look, you do that. But he's never been put in a position where he's been roughed up in sparring. So that's what they've all been saying. Like, what's it? You heard David Hayes say, I spoke to Carlos Taka and he was in camp with him. And he says, we wanted to do sparring with him. And they were like, no, you have to do technical sparring. You can't do sparring where he's hurt or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so in survival mode, I don't know what it's going to be like.
Ruiz it don't matter. Ruiz don't give a shit. He doesn't. You're going against a guy like Ruiz is the worst opponent. You by the look at him, the state of him, he doesn't care about his body. He doesn't care how people look at him. He's a guy that if you fight a guy on the road, Ruiz is the worst guy to fight on the road because most people care about how they look and most people are vain. And Anthony Joshua is superly vain. Ruiz doesn't care about none of that stuff, bro. He doesn't care about all the stuff that we as people normally care about. What AJ thinks about. He doesn't care about none of that. All he cares about is that he fights for his Mexican people, and that's what's on his back. And that type of guy is dangerous. He's more confident. Al-Haim was invested in him in terms of his dieting, nutrition. They've got the sparring partners over there. They've gone over at a reasonable time. He doesn't care about the crowd. So that's the fights in Dubai. It's all set up for AJ to win. But as we know, AJ's tendency is to fight. He will try to fight him. And when that's when to me, that's why I think he loses the fight when he tries to fight Ruiz in that area because he will. It's like, no, I ain't taking this shit. I'm gonna fight him, right? I don't care how McGregor tries to keep in control, and you need to box him and you need to keep it long, right? He's not Carl Froch, you know what I mean? He's just gonna go in there and try and he's gonna go in there and try and maintain that. But Ruiz has got good head movement, like you said, Smoke. He's got excellent head movement, man. So you're not gonna be able to land them shots on him, bro. The way he keeps moving his head side to side is what we call in the gym TikTok, yeah. TikTok.
But like I said,
that lateral movement is too much.
We can't go off the last fight to say that Ruiz is going to dominate him inside because before AJ got hurt, AJ put him down from the inside.
And he tried to do it again and what happened? He tried to do it again and what happened?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He went for it. That's what we're saying. That was his mistake. He went for it because so what I'm saying is that
no, it's okay.
No, Smoke, you need to mute yourself, Smoke. You got what background? Yeah, go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is we've only got basically 3 before even the third round to look at say, okay, how was the fight going up until that point? Yeah, how was the fight going up until that point? For me, it was 1-1. I had it 1-1 for going up into the third. So that's what I say. To me, it's a 50-50 fight because we can't go off what he was like after he got hurt because to me he never recovered. You know what I'm saying? Every time he hit Ruiz, it's like it bounced. There was even a shot in like the 6th round where him and Ruiz both threw a left hook. Yeah, and Ruiz looked like he was AJ connected more with Ruiz on that punch, but because Ruiz connected with AJ's immediate reaction was to retreat, and then Ruiz came running after him. So that's what I'm saying. To me, we never really recovered from that point. So I'm only looking at it like, okay, from the first 2 rounds, what did I see? I saw it was Ruiz closing the distance, AJ trying to box it, keep it long. It didn't really look good, but then when Ruiz went in for him, AJ slipped, and when he was inside, he hit him with an uppercut left hook. Ruiz went down. As soon as AJ hit him with that straight right, and then started to go for it, swinging and missing, Ruiz clipped him back. So I'm saying, so I'm just looking at it like it's a 50-50 fight from what I could go up for the first 3 rounds. Understand? It's like for me versus Wilder versus Ortiz. I was sitting there watching this fight, watching Wilder lose every single round, but knowing in the back of my mind, Wilder's gonna knock this guy out.
Yeah, that's I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I was thinking Ruiz's.
No, you know why?
I fell for it. I thought Ortiz.
Well, after we had a conversation about this. Ortiz was feeling himself. He started laughing, smiling, talking to him. Wilder was just silent. Even Wilder was getting kind of beat up in that fight because he was breathing heavy and all this in the corner. You saw Wilder blowing. So I was thinking, wow, what's all this? But I knew that if Wilder catches him one, it's over. It's over.
Nah, 100%.
That's all it takes in boxing. So to me, I'm just looking at it as a 50 fight. The only reason why I won't watch it is because I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't see my guy lose, bro.
Why, man? In that lose. No, but the thing is, in like Ali lost against Fraser, he lost against Norton in his thing, right? And I'm saying AJ could have that kind of thing where he loses against this guy, loses against that guy, but he can still regain it because the thing is, it's all a learning curve. Like boxing, to me, like especially the guys, as long as they come back and learn from the experience, then they go in. Now AJ's taking me now. What is his desire? What is he going there? Or wow, like he's saying the punch came from the buds, it was the perfect punch, or whatever AJ's saying. But what I'm saying is this, right? What is his motivation of going into the rematch? Is he going in because Eddie Hearn, or does he want to? To me, I don't think he even wanted. AJ looked like to me, he doesn't even bother. Like he's done so much money and riches. He went to Nigeria, he's been here, been there. He's cool. But Ruiz is different, man. Ruiz is different. Ruiz wants to fight for the people. He fights for this and that. He's got more things going for him. He's still, in my opinion, still hungry. Right? I saw him hit the pads as well. And I was like, yo, bro, this guy's he's even better than the last time. Like no one's talking about Ruiz. Ruiz is even better than the last time we saw him fight, bro. You know what I mean?
But like I said, it's just that anyone can look good on the pads, bro. Like
nah, he's better. You can say, listen, well, you can say that, but no one even remember AJ fought Ruiz. No one even put that much in it.
This is put like this. I've seen your videos in it. You're a good coach in it. Like you make some amateurs looking like they're about to throw next week. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean, bro? Like
they probably can win a couple of fights, but they're not.
What I'm actually worried about to me the most is AJ looks fleshy around the belly. He looks fleshy around the belly, and if Ruiz targets that body,
it's the worst mistake, bro. Ruiz, you see Ruiz, you do what, Parker? You run. That's what you do. He's a monster. You just run. You just basically pepper and poke, and just keep the fight.
AJ's got to keep it simple. Yeah. No free punch combinations, bro. What? Just 1, 2,
or double. But Ruiz doesn't get hit by it. But the thing is, even the way, everyone says that, but Ruiz doesn't get hit though. Like when he throws the.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The thing is, if you watch the fight, if you really watch the fight, even when AJ was hurt, AJ actually landed. He landed with a left hook. He landed with a straight right. He kept landing. But the thing was, because he was hurt, he got dropped. Yeah. In the back of his head, every time Ruiz landed as well, AJ's first thing was to retreat.
Yeah, there you go. Because he never fought that. You know why? And that's go ahead, Smoke.
He was not even that his first instinct was to retreat. It's also when he got hurt, he didn't clinch. Yeah. It's also all he had in the high guard.
Remember, he tried in the first round. He tried. But
I'm saying he's no good at it. That's my point. Is that the thing that you need to the skills you need to have to fight tall, being able to when it's close, using lateral movement, hooking off the jab, using the entire ring. All of that stuff is fighting tall, and he's not good at any of that stuff because actually what he is a front foot fighter that he wants to come forward and get you out of it. The problem is he's not better than Ruiz at that game.
No,
he's just actually a better front foot guy.
Thank you.
So even when he got dropped, it's not like they were standing toe to toe and the thing. Ruiz was on the move, he was on the way on the inside, and AJ stepped in and walked him onto the uppercut. But that's not like they were fighting on the inside. On the inside, whenever they was close, it was like Ruiz is not only better with faster hands, but he also has way more heart. He's going to sit there waiting for AJ to throw, willing to take one to get forward.
100%.
Well, like I said, I'm only going off. This is just me, and everyone's got their opinion. I'm going off the first 2 rounds.
I know. That's what everyone does. I know everyone does. It's like they don't want to see the conclusion. All right, let's do.
No. Because the thing with the conclusion is either he's gonna get beat or he's gonna win. So it's either gonna. And no one is saying. Not many people are saying AJ's gonna win by knockout. Let's
AJ gonna win on points. AJ gonna win on points, bro. AJ gonna win on points. He has to. AJ trying to win on points. AJ gonna win on points, man. That's what AJ trying to do.
Yeah, the judges have already judged previous AJ fights. These are, well-known matchroom judges or experienced matchroom judges.
Yeah, but
so,
let's keep it real. Like if people are gonna keep, being like, oh, because they got matchroom judges, whatever. Like, no one can ever tell me, that Wilder won a round in his last fight. No one can.
Let's talk about that. Yeah,
no one can tell me Wilder won a round.
He didn't win one round.
The scorecard before he got down with
So, I mean,
56.
Okay, I hear you, but AJ, we can agree that Wilder did wobble Ruiz with a left hook, right? In a round that didn't much happen outside of Wilder wobbling Ruiz with a left hook. So why he wouldn't give Wilder that round?
What round did you give him? What round did you give him? What round was that, Smoke?
What round? I can't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I agree.
I want to say it's like the third round.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the fight, yeah. And I watched the fight, and I didn't give Wilder one round, but it didn't matter. It's the outcome, right?
But,
so
it
didn't matter. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's the outcome.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you looked at Wilder versus Ortiz 1, it was basically the same thing. Wilder knocked him down in the 5th, and then Wilder knocked him down in the 10th? Was it the 10th or the 11th where he won the fight?
I don't know, man. It was late. It was late.
Yeah, but this is a standard thing. This is a standard thing where everyone says that Wilder didn't win a round, and it's not really. I mean, there's swinging rounds that are happening. If you don't want to give Wilder any swinging rounds, then that's up to you. But really, are you trying to say that there's no swinging rounds in the Wilder fight? Or you just got?
Hey, smoke. This is simple. This is simple. If you gave him a round, then say so. But what I'm saying is that's not what we're talking about here. He's trying to make a point is that that's the way Wilder is. Wilder has got he'll lose rounds and then he'll knock you out. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. So it's not really the rounds. He's not arguing about the rounds. Yeah. So wait, no. He's trying to say exactly. He's trying to make the style of the fight. Now AJ is different, right? AJ wants every round to be more insightful. He don't give it up. That's what they're both good at what they do. But bottom line is this: Ruiz is different. Like Ruiz, I'm paying more. You see, the thing is, a lot of people paying all this attention to AJ, and you're completely neglecting the champion, and that's what's happening here. Like he must be one of the most underestimated champions here in boxing of recent times. Like no one's looking at Ruiz and thinking, boy, it's more to do with AJ lost to this fat guy, because what people are seeing is this fat guy, and this and that. But what they don't see is the technical style that AJ's got to deal with. He's a trouble. He moves his head. He's not like Big Baby. Big Baby's head was right there. Big Baby uses his arms to like parry shots, right? Ruiz moves his head. His feet are fast. Like he's like what Smoke said. He's better at what AJ does inside in them ranges there. So AJ has to be better, faster, and longer at what he's doing. And AJ can't maintain that. He's never maintained that for a certain fight. At some point in the fight, AJ wants to declare war on you and try and get you out of there because he's been doing that. This one he can't do. I don't see how he wins, bro. I just don't see how AJ wins in this rematch. I don't know how he pulls it off. But if he does, it's going to be a split decision. I'll tell you that, going AJ's way. You know what I mean? Or maybe he loses on the cards. You know, they just say, yo, I try my best and that's it. But either way, I don't think it's a big thing that AJ loses. If he loses, he loses. Like, Ruiz is a good fighter. But I think Ruiz loses against Wilder, though. Say that for now. I'd say that.
I think Ruiz loses against Wilder just because Wilder's speciality is to throw a haymaker from far and connect with you. So I can't see Ruiz getting on the inside.
AJ, he's a jabbing. So I don't know how Ruiz gets past where Wilder's long jab.
Yeah, I don't know how Ruiz.
I don't know how he gets past that. That's too long, but he's gonna get caught or something, bro.
Yeah, the only person that can beat Wilder's Fury, to be honest. That's it.
Fury, yeah.
Yeah, Fury's the only guy that can beat that guy, bro. Fury's the guy that I don't think is gonna lose out of all of them. I think AJ's got a better shot at beating Fury than he does Wilder, to be fair.
Yeah, well. AJ, people focus. I think a lot of the times, and going into.
But I'm just, bruh.
We're from the UK, but a lot of Americans, they you know what I mean, like the style of Ruiz, yeah, is such, yeah, that what you think he is, he's not. Like he's actually more Tyson. He's more Tyson than AJ. That's what he's more Tyson than AJ. He's more Evander Holyfield in that sense of mode that he knows who he is. He's a short guy. He likes to get inside and hurt you. And everyone he's fought, he gives trouble. That's why you have to keep him on the outside. Like, I'll give you an example, right? If you're fighting Mike Tyson, how do you beat Mike Tyson? Do you engage him in them areas or do you keep it long? Like Lennox Lewis.
Keep it long, bro.
Yeah, the thing is, the first thing is there, right? See, AJ's silly, right? This is Lennox Lewis. But Lennox Lewis is the best guy. He knows how to beat short guys. Short guys are susceptible to uppercuts and certain shots, right? So he dismissed Lennox Lewis, yeah? And Lennox Lewis knows hands down how to beat short guys. The Tysons, the David Tuers. And then all the people AJ could have, he's ignored him and gone to listen, I need to fight him like Klitschko. He's dumb, like. He's dumb, like.
AJ is going against tall guys. But against short guys.
You don't like Lennox Lewis. You don't have to like Lennox Lewis, yeah? But he knows how to fight short guys. AJ.
So you think AJ could be Wilder?
AJ can be what? No, I don't think AJ can be Wilder either. I don't think he can be Wilder.
His power's fake.
But bro, whose power's? Hold on, whose power's fake?
Wilder.
Okay, go on. Tell me how Wilder's power's fake. Go on, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying because even though I don't think he hits, I think he hits hard, yeah. But I think it's more to do with the speed that he has as well.
Yeah, but listen. Wait. They're all heavyweights. They all hit hard, bro. Wilder.
Yeah, but I think Wilder is up there with Ruiz, the faster ones. Because if you look at all the others, they're power, but it's slow.
Listen.
White has got a left hook, but it's slow.
Bro, Dwayne,
powerful, but slow.
Dwayne, let me say something. Like, Wilder is that guy is lethal because he gets when you got Mark Breeden. See, Mark Breeden is perfect for him because the style. This is what I'm saying. Certain trainers stay with him. Ron McCracken is a long fight. When he's the box, he's like boxing. Lennox Lewis, would have taught AJ how to deal with that situation. He would have taught him. He would have taught him exactly where to punches, where to hold, what to do. You think? Think of an example. Put Lennox Lewis in there against Ruiz and tell me what happens. In Lennox Lewis's prime.
He'll box it along.
Bomb that, he'll bomb him out, bro. Lennox Lewis probably knock him out.
He'll knock him out, but for the first few rounds, he'll keep it long.
He fought
David
Listen. See Lennox Lewis, when you fight Lennox Lewis, this right? And then I'm just gonna go Lennox Lewis's kind of style, how he does a short guy. He holds the middle of the ring, and he doesn't take one step back. Not one step back does he take. And what he does, in just using his jab and that, when you try and get in, he leans on the back of your neck. That's what he does to short guys. The referee comes in, break. And when he leans on the back of your neck, he'll throw a little short uppercut in there. Now, is AJ going to do that? I don't think so, because AJ might be paranoid of getting hit. AJ and the Lennox Lewis would break down. That's what you do to Ruiz. You break him down. You sit there in the middle of the ring, and you break him down, and you don't take one step. You break the see how you beat guys like that, Ruiz. You put a short guy, aggressive guy, in the back foot. That's how you make it on the back. But you don't take a step back, but you control the middle of the ring. Eventually, Ruiz starts going back, then he loses because he doesn't know how to fight going backwards. He doesn't know how to fight going back. So no one's even highlighted them scenarios. Lennox Lewis would have told him that. He ain't got Lennox Lewis in the corner. He's got them idiots in the corner.
Yeah, but we're not going to sit here and say Ruiz has got a suspect chin because he doesn't.
Yo, what's up, Brooklyn, child? What's up, Brooklyn?
AJ has got more to lose than Ruiz. So I'm saying, if AJ's going to fight like he's got more to lose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's going to fight like, okay, he preserves his lead. He's going to fight like that.
Yeah. Let me ask Brooklyn, child, if you want to jump in. You want to jump in? Jump in? Brooklyn, child. Smoke still here. Smoke, you got anything else to say?
I'm just easy. Like, it was so bad, yeah.
I'm just listening.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, go on.
It was so bad, yeah. I haven't even been focused on the fight. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, if this dude gets beat, yeah. It's so bad, yeah. I'm willing to put down money on Ruiz, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna put money. I put money down on Ruiz. They've got Ruiz as a massive underdog again. You know that. They got him as a massive underdog again. You know what I mean?
AJ's gonna keep it long, bro. He's just gonna keep it long.
Bro, keeping it long is one thing, but he just dominate. He needs to dominate the center of the ring. You know what I mean? That's what he needs to do. Dillion's in the ring. Dillion's just got in the ring. You see the workout? I'm watching the workout right now.
Yeah, I saw the workout. AJ didn't do nothing.
What did you do?
He just did this thing where he just basically stretched.
And then he finished, and that was it.
Yeah, he just basically, bro. His workout was about 5 minutes.
AJ, bro. See, this is what I'm saying to you, bro.
Look, workout was basically 5 minutes. I think Ruiz's workout was the 10 minutes. He hit the pads and whatever, blah, blah, blah. AJ didn't do nothing. He did a couple squats, like to bend his legs. He did like a little bit of a shadow box,
Imagine
a little bit of feeding hooks. Because Ruiz ain't got a jab, so AJ kind of needs to know that Ruiz ain't got a jab. Even when Ruiz hurt AJ, Ruiz never threw any straight punches. He threw punches from the side. So AJ just gotta keep his arms up.
Yo, Brooklyn chat. Drop your email. If you drop your email in, then I can add you. Yeah, put your email in the chat. I can add you. What's going on with Dillian White and the B sample? What's going on with Dillian White and the B sample doing?
Bro, I don't give a damn about
No. Let's get into it. What he fight in another country? He still has a. Where's the B sample doing? Where's the B sample doing? Go on.
Let me tell you why. Because Dillian White still got a career, bro. Yeah. If AJ loses, like I don't know where it goes from here.
Bro, man needs to bring the B sample in, man.
Like it's so bad, yeah. I think Dillian White could beat AJ now.
Dillian White can beat AJ now.
I think Dillian White could beat AJ.
How's he beat what with the PEDs? Yeah, definitely.
If they had a rematch now.
He's taking the PEDs, bro. What do you expect, bro?
But he's being sampled, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm not into that politics there.
What do you mean not into that politics? Man's on the man's fighting another country. Yeah. Man's been taking juice, bro. Man's been taking juice in his fighting now. And where's the B sample? Man ain't came back the B sample, isn't it? Come on, Zach. What's going on? See, one of my coaches, yeah, from my gym, my former gym, he's in the ring with Dillian, isn't it? He's in the thing with Dillian right now, isn't it?
Bro, I don't know, man. Bro, I'm so stressed. I might not even watch the fight. I ain't gonna lie. I might not watch it.
Yeah, why not?
Because, bro, like, I might just come back and just check the result after, innit? Because it's one of them ones, like, because I wanted it to be him versus Wilder, like, and even if he gets killed, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But if he falls at the hurdle before we even get there, bruh.
Listen, all I know is AJ's going down. And we think of Maris versus thing.
Dillian White.
Yeah.
Dillian White's gonna eat that guy for breakfast.
Maris looks shot to bits.
I watched Maris White versus Gerald Miller a couple of years ago, bro. Yeah. And Gerald Miller stunk out the place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bad, isn't it? Yeah.
These trash cans, man. I don't hear about Maris White tonight. The fight I'm actually looking forward to. I'm looking forward to see that amateur guy against Tom Little.
Who's the amateur guy? The Chinese? Who's it?
I can't remember his name, bro. Some next Bulgarian dog.
So Tom Little he get beat down already.
And who's Eric Molina fighting?
I don't know. Eric Molina, he's another one. He was gunning up the other day. Now, but when the payday come, he jumped on board, didn't it? He stopped talking.
Bro, I don't even want to hear nothing from this guy. This guy took so much grief.
He took grief.
The way he fights, yeah. When he gets rocks, this guy's turning his back and all sorts.
What's going on? Dillian White. So Mans is going to give Dillian a pass on the B sample. Is that what we're doing now? That's what we're doing, though, isn't it?
Bruh, listen, we all know Maximum suspect, and we all know that. You know what I'm saying? We know Maximum suspect, but me, like I said, I'm just looking forward to the main event. I don't care about nothing else because, like I said, my guy, he has to hold down the fort. He has to. You can't let the London man down, bro.
The London man, there's one who's on the B sample cheating. The other one who don't know what he's doing. He's in the ring fighting a little Tyson. AJ looks up to Mike Tyson. Now he's fighting a guy who fights better than Tyson. Who's that? Oh, Brooklyn Charge up his email. My bad, Brooklyn Charge. 1 second. Let me add you in. Listen, AJ is gonna get clapped up. AJ gonna get clapped up, boy. I'm telling you. I'm putting it out there. AJ gonna lose, innit? I'm not even playing around with it no more. AJ gonna lose, innit? Like, but I don't think.
Yeah, but the thing is, to me, I don't mind him losing, innit? It's the way he gets beat. Like, if he loses on fight, cool, innit? If he gets knocked to sleep, like the way Kovalev got knocked to sleep versus Canelo or something like that, like, nah, bro.
What, Canelo? That kind of, listen.
Yeah, like the way Canelo beat Kovalev, like, where Kovalev was basically winning the fight, and then you get put out. Like, I don't want that. That, to me, that's worse.
Bro, like, Kovalev, yeah, but that's different. He might get put to sleep. I can see that happening, bro. Like, see the thing is, see me, we keep it real, right? We're from the UK, we keep it real.
I won't see him get put to sleep, though, because people said he quit, but I didn't see him quit.
Well, he looked like he didn't want to fight, though, did he? Did he look like he wanted to fight?
I just think I don't think he looked like he wanted to fight,
Yeah.
but I won't say he quit because I thought, to me, he just tried a tactic that didn't come off for him. Because it wasn't like a Charles Martin where he knocked him down twice and then Charles Martin tried to get up at 9.5. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It was like he got down 4 times. If he wanted to quit, he would have gone down. After the 3rd time, he would have given up.
Well, he said his mouthpiece came out. He had all kinds of excuses. The bottom line is this, yeah. AJ's in the rematch. Does he want the rematch? Whether he does or not, but it just reeks of. But
that's what I'm saying to you. If he didn't get the rematch, if he didn't get the rematch, where does he go?
No, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because the belts hold something. It doesn't matter what they hold. They hold something in terms of. Remember, as much as he's saying it's fighting is a business. You think Wilder gonna give him 50-50 if Wilder has undisputed?
Yeah. What? Listen, I know Wilder was more generous than what AJ was doing with Eddie Hearn. They on that bullshit.
50-50 when AJ.
They should have done 50-50. They should have done 50-50. Why did they do 50-50?
You can say that now.
Yeah.
You can't say that. But okay, but you can say that now.
Yeah.
But you can't say that to a guy. You're saying that because you want to see the fight.
Yeah.
If you're in AJ, okay, let's just present like this. Say you're Wilder and I'm AJ, right? No, sorry, I'm Wilder, you're AJ. You basically brought the heavyweight division back on, or you put the heavyweight division back on the map. You did everything, yeah. And I come to you, and I'm like, I got the last belt you won. You got all the belts. You've had the best fight of the year candidate. Whatever. This was all before Wilder fought Ortiz and whatever now. Yeah. You did all this. And then I'm basically no nothing. And then you come and fight me. And then I say, oh yeah, we need 50-50.
Well, all I'm saying is this, yeah. Eddie Hearn knows some bullshit.
You know it's not fair. You know, come on.
It's not about fair, but the thing is, they could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like AJ said it best, bro. It's like if me and you we get into it. Okay, me and you get a job, yeah, and then the job that we required, say you get paid £200, but then the best job out there only pays you $250. Why are you gonna take that risk to pay me off? Nah, bro.
See, you got all caught with the Eddie Hearn bullshit. They should have made the fight.
Nah, it's fact. It's fact.
Yeah, but look at the fact. The fact of the matter is that thing is, you're gonna lose. The fact is, it's not a fact in life that you're gonna lose. Is it not a fact that you're gonna die at some point? Is it not a fact that you have to pay your taxes? You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, man is holding on. Man is holding on to stuff that you can't hold. It's like the sand in a glass. You know, the sand's coming up. That's the way it is, bro. Like,
yeah, but like I said,
AJ was gonna lose at some point.
There's a lot that goes into it because remember AJ hadn't fought in America. Everyone was expecting AJ to fight Wilder straight away in America. That's basically why
he should have fought him. He should have fought him.
Yeah, but that's basically Wilder's home turf.
Yeah.
So if AJ wants to bring it to the UK, what's gonna happen there?
What's gonna happen there? He should have fought the fight in the UK. He didn't need to go to America. He didn't need to go to America.
So you expect him to bump up the prices in the fees.
Yeah, that's what he went to America.
You get killed, cuz look at the way the Saudi.
But they bumped the price on the Saudi. Look how much they're making us pay now. Look how much.
Yeah, because they bumped up the pay-per-view and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, okay, what's the price for the Saudis? One of my boys are going.
Yeah.
One of my boys are going. I don't know how he's flipping afforded to go for that. He's going. You know what? I'm gonna invest you. I'm gonna see how much it costs because I know for a fact me and you ain't paying for that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's Saudis. No, fuck that. I ain't paying for that Saudi.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they bought that price here.
No, how much do they pay? How much is he making them Saudi boys pay out?
That's what I'm saying. I need to talk to my boy. My boy just got his Saudi. Yeah, he has got a Saudi passport and that.
Yeah. You got a Saudi passport. There's no gal down there, innit? It's pure man down there, bro.
No, bro. They don't think it's hijab, bro.
There's no gal. What? The gal in hijab. There's no gal. All the girls, they're respectful, man. They're not on no nastiness, bro.
They're not on that.
They don't know slack. They don't know slackness, bro.
Over there, it's arranged marriages and that.
That's what's up. But I bet they. I tell you what. I bet they got a low divorce rate. I bet you.
But it's one thing with if the dad
No.
don't approve, if the dad don't approve the man, you can't get a marriage.
What's up?
Or if the dad finds a man, you have to marry that guy.
Yeah, I thought so.
So that's why, like, some of them, yeah. Like, okay, not to be disrespectful or anything, but like you see, like Mauritian and all these people.
Yeah, Mauritius, yeah.
Most of them, like I watched some documentaries on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they marry within the family, innit? So and because like the genes are like mad, that's why you see these babies like they have alien heads and all this stuff. You see that?
We just say, yeah, you say they all look alike, but that's
you see them like things
funny.
like you see them things like when they have the twins and their heads stuck together. It's because the genes are too close. The genes are too close. So, for example, say for example, a
You're funny. What are you trying to say? You trying to say the people are inbreds? You trying to say Saudis?
Right, that's basically what it is.
What are you trying to say? You trying to say Saudis are rednecks? Really? That's what you're trying to say.
Nah, I don't know about Saudi, but I know about like Pakistani, Bangladesh.
Man, that's all bullshit you're talking about. Come on, that's all bullshit.
I'm being dead serious.
That's all bullshit, bro.
So, listen, go watch documentaries and you see it, bro. I'm telling you. What they do is they'll marry within the family. So, for example,
cousins, yeah, but they're not really cousins and that like that, bro.
No, they are.
All right. If you let
me you know, even some of them, they will pay. For example, say if I have just say my daughter, if I arrange her to get married. So, for example, say if my cousin from my mum's side or whatever says, "Cool, I want to marry your daughter. I'm gonna pay off all your debts." They'll do it, you know.
Yeah, but that's the old. You know, back in the day, they always did that. If you look at the Bible, that's what they do anyway. That's stuff they carry on tradition that they used to.
Bro, I'm telling you, they do them things there. That's why you see all these guys. They born with alien heads. Their heads are stuck together. They got these.
Hold on. Stop there. That's some bullshit you're talking. When do you see like Saudi Arabian babies?
I'm telling you,
that's bullshit you're talking. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Bro,
you're making up stuff. You're making up stuff.
I'm gonna send you an article in the chat.
Nah, I don't want to do no article because it's from. I don't want to see no article. It's from some European people just talking shit.
Nah, bro. Yeah. That's what they do.
Nah, that's what kind of rubbish is that doing? You're a liar.
Okay.
You're a liar. Pants on fire.
Do you know even like they? Like I told you, they have some strict laws like up there and stuff. So, for example, if you disobey the dad, you know the dad's got a right to kill you.
Yeah,
they believe that.
But they do it in the south. They're on that shit as well. They're on that shit in the deep south, bro.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay then. See, this is what I'm trying to say to you. These are the laws of the land, been for hundreds of years. That's what people. Even in the Bible, that's how they start. How do you think Adam and Eve, bro? What happened to their kids? Didn't their kids? How did they commute the world? Like obviously, there's been inbred in it. There's been eventually different cultures and whatever. Anyway, what you're saying there is that I don't agree with that stuff. Anyway, doing that. That's
right.
Like I
said, look, if me, I got my family's completely different. The family I met is completely different to my family. Because most of these families out there, let me tell you, they'll be marrying their uncle, bro. That's what will happen. They'll have a youth with their uncle, and the youth will come out effed up. That's what happens. I'm telling you. Anyway, we jumped on something.
Yeah, we did, right? Back in the chat, we got my man there, AJ 6 round. Nazus, it's not happening, bro. What's up now?
Now AJ ain't knocking him out, bro. He's gonna fight too timid.
AJ was Brooklyn charge.
It's gonna be one of them ones there. Even if AJ drops him, AJ won't go for it. I'm telling you.
Your Brooklyn child, that email you give me don't work, bro. Like I keep typing it in, it's not working for some reason, bro. You know what I mean? I gave you the link for some reason. Like I have to give it. Look, AJ's gonna get broke up, yeah. Look, we're from me and Dwayne both from UK. We have different opinions, but he's gonna get broke up, bro. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'm trying to see. Let me see. 1 minute, Brooklyn child. Let me try this thing here. Nah, Brooklyn child. I'm trying to put your email in. It's not working, bro. You might have a spelling mistake in the email or something, bro. The link's not working there. Wow, I'm glad. Yeah, 1 minute. Let me try this one. Try this again. Let me try this.
Now it could be Dwayne Joe Garcia.
Yeah. 1 minute. Let me get this thing. Oh, Brooklyn Charles still trying to get in. 1 minute, Brooklyn Charles. Let me try again. Let me try this email again. 1 minute, the way they might make some noise in a sec. They might noise in a minute. Man's trying to jump in this thing there. How come it's not working? No, carry on, though. We can carry on talking.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. Look. All right, Brooklyn, this should work now, man. Let me try this one. This should work now. Shit. Let me try this one, Brooklyn, Charles. This should work. This link should work now. Yeah, listen. All I'm saying is right now, yeah. End of the day, AJ's days are numbered against Ruiz, but I think if he fights someone else, I think he'd be all right.
I don't know, but I think it's just I think it's gonna be a tribute. I think if he wins it, he will run out of town, bro. He will not give that man a tribute, bro.
No.
No way. No way. You want
that's Eddie Herman. AJ, I think AJ is a fighter. He fights anyone. I think
yeah, but this is what I'm saying. If AJ burns it out on points, yeah, he'll get killed, whatever, but he won't care. As long as he's got the win, that's what I'm saying. That's what he wants to do, just for the win. So if he wins, he won't give this guy a rematch. I'm telling you, 100%.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Really and truly, do you even want him to?
To me,
yeah,
but I just want him to win because my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
But it's one of them ones where I'm gonna be hiding, bro.
Oh, there you go, Brooklyn. You in? All right. What's up, Brooklyn? Charles? You all right? Brooklyn, Charles.
There.
Yo, Brooklyn.
Here we come.
He says, I swear he just said something. He said he could.
Yeah, he just said something, but we'll see.
All right, cool. Yeah, what I'm saying is this, yeah. All I'm saying is this, yeah. AJ's days is numbered. He's gonna get back up like you and me, and you know what I mean. Like my man Zeus says, what's it? Ruiz can't beat Fury or Wilder. Nah, I agree with you, but he could beat damn AJ.
He could beat AJ because he's a stylistic matchup for him.
Yeah.
What's poppin', AJ?
Yeah, what's scared? What's scared of Brooklyn, Child? What's scared of, bro?
Well, I'm chilling, man. I hear y'all talking about the chump ass dude AJ, man. He about to get beat up again, man.
See,
No, I'm saying it's gonna be a massacre. A massacre in Saudi Arabia, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. Go ahead.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. AJ is whack, bro. Yo, pretty white job, dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that, man. He's about to get beat up, bro. Telling you.
Listen. We're about to see it because if AJ beats him for 12, if AJ beats him up in 12 rounds, then people say, oh, AJ's gonna hype him. But AJ shouldn't have lost him already. From this, that. To me, it's like I said. Before AJ got hurt in the fight, what was your score before the third round? Was it 1-1? I had a 1-1.
Bro, AJ probably won one round in that whole fight.
That's what I said. The first 2 rounds, AJ won before the third round, where he got hurt. He won the first or the second round, one of the two, whichever one you wanted to give him.
I think I gave him the second round.
Yeah,
but he didn't win another round after that.
Yeah, because he was hurt.
It doesn't matter. Huh?
He was hurt. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't win a round because he was hurt?
Yeah, like I said, he got hurt, so he didn't recover. Because, like I said, it's like this. For me, I know AJ is mentally weak. We all know AJ is mentally weak. Let's just keep it real. We know he's mentally weak. So when he got hurt, even when he hit Ruiz, you know there's some shots where they both threw a left hook. Like I said, when Ruiz hit him, his first thing was to retreat. So that's what I'm saying. To me, he never recovered when he got put down. Because before he dropped Ruiz, you can't say that he was getting his ass beat, and you can't say he was beating the hell out of Ruiz.
Bro, I disagree with that, dog. He was getting his ass beat, dog. The whole fight he was getting his ass beat, dog.
But before he put down Ruiz, he was getting his ass beat.
Bro, we talking about the totality of the whole fight, my man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that was after he got hurt, right?
Bro, I don't look at it that way. I'm looking at it from the fight lasted 7 rounds. For 7 rounds, he's getting his ass beat.
Yeah,
like I
said, to me, or like I said, maybe to you he recovered. To me, he didn't recover.
Yeah, he didn't recover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because from when he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. So to me, he didn't recover, so he got his ass beat. But if we don't know what he would be like, what he was like, that's what I can only look at what he was like before he got hurt.
Nah, that's some bullshit.
He didn't look good. He didn't look good.
I'm sorry, dog. No, that's not true, bro. Boxing don't work like that, my man. No, so you gotta look at the totality of the fight, bro. Like you can't look at it like, oh, what did he do before? Listen, the totality of the fight, he was getting his ass beat, bro. Because I heard y'all talking about Wilder earlier. Now, I mean, all this, Wilder never wins a round type of stuff. But shit, Wilder wins the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I said. I corrected when I said Wilder's difference is Wilder was able to recover, because when Wilder fought Ortiz and he got hurt in the 7th round, he recovered. That's what I'm saying to you. When AJ fought Ruiz, when Ruiz hurt AJ was never the same. Let's keep it real. He was never the same. That's what I'm saying. So I can't sit here and say Ruiz beat AJ when AJ was okay, because
wait, what?
No, I can't say that Ruiz beat AJ because before AJ got hurt. Like I said, I can only judge the fight before AJ got hurt.
Why, Dwayne?
That's bullshit, my man. That's a bullshit thing to say, dude. It's a 7-round fight. You can't look at it just from off the first 2 rounds. It's a 7-round fight, bro. It lasted 7 rounds.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. I said, to me, it comes down to this. Yeah. To me, when Ruiz hurt AJ, I never saw AJ really recover. I saw his legs were gone. Yeah, even when he hit Ruiz with punches, he never followed them up. Yeah, but when Ruiz hit him, his mentality was to go back. So I was like, okay, is this the actual AJ that I know from what I've seen before? Am I just gonna ignore all the fights that he had before and say, okay, because against Klitschko, when he got hurt, yeah, it took him a few rounds to recover, did it not? When he got hurt, when he got put down, he took a good 3 rounds off before he ended him in the 11th. So I'm saying, to me, like I said, Ruiz beat him up, but did he beat up AJ before he rocked AJ? I can't say that. So I'm saying, I can't say he beat him up because AJ was already hurt. So even if he flung out a jab, AJ would retreat. Because he was already mentally, he's already weak. So I'm like, nah, bro, nah. To me, we're going to see a 50-50 fight. I still think
it's not 50-50 though,
I think AJ's going to lose.
I don't think the fight's 50-50, bro.
I think AJ's going to lose. I think AJ's going to lose. But I can't sit there and say, oh, Ruiz beat the hell out of him, blah, blah, blah. When the guy got his equilibrium knocked out of his head. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to do that.
I don't think it's a 50-50 fight, bro.
It's easy to beat the hell out of someone when their equilibrium is knocked out their head. Ruiz didn't even hit AJ with a clean punch for the guy to go down after he hit him in the temple. Let's be real. Look at all the knockdowns. There were a flurry of punches that missed, and AJ's legs were gone. He fell down. So you can't really tell me that.
I know.
That's just my opinion, though. Anyway, everyone's got their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
So I know I always say anyway.
But yeah, but like I said, like EJ, you sat there and said to me, did AJ get him on the back of the head? No. But the punch that put him down, it didn't even look like a hard, like, you know, the punch that when Ruiz held him and hit him, it didn't even look like a hard punch because his legs were gone. That's what I'm saying. To me, I never saw him recover in that fight.
Yeah.
He even got a sample size against the Klitschko fight when he got rocked, when he got dropped. How many rounds did he got dropped? He got dropped in the 6th? Yeah. He recovered in the 10th. That's 4 rounds, bro.
AJ, listen, all that stuff, yeah. What I was going to say to you is 50-50, all that, bro. I think because we're from the UK, we tend to just focus, and I've seen this happen. We're not trying to be biased, but we are, right? And all I was saying to pull myself out of the situation, I have to go by history, I have to go by scenario, what's happening in the future, and I understand all that stuff. Though there's a lot of emotions high. There's a lot of things riding on this. A lot of people are stressed out because, boy, what are they gonna do with themselves? But I already put myself in a space of mind that if AJ wins, cool. But bro, if he doesn't, then bro, I need to be cool as well because I'm loud being stressed about this. See, the thing is, people are mostly attached to this thing here.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, bro, I used to be, but but the thing is, what some of the stuff that AJ, I used to be, but some of the stuff that AJ said, yeah, I can't go with some of the stuff he said, bro. He said some stuff that nah, what's going on, bro? But you know, he's not the rich guy. And he's got all these investors, Eddie Hearns in his ear, and all them things there. And the Americans are desperately like Brooklyn Charles not having it, bro. And them man are not having it. They call it AJ all kind of name. They want him to get plastered, bro, because they want Wilder to be the guy, and understandably, but like for me, I'm like, yo, listen, the best man wins. Ruiz wins. Oh, like, does he hold the heavyweight in a certain way and goes to try and unify, try to be undisputed? Ruiz could do that. You know what I mean? AJ wasn't trying to do that when he had a chance, bro. And it's easy for Ruiz. Ruiz like, yo, you know Ruiz's kind of attitude. He's like, yo, I'll fight Wilder, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like AJ's got a problem. Like if he wins the fight, he's on a long thing. He should have long it out.
But the thing, what I have a problem with AJ with, and probably you have a problem with AJ with, is because we know people of him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he turned more into a businessman than an actual fighter.
Yeah.
So that's our problem with him.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, he turned civilized. He turned civilized. He ain't
like,
he ain't no spotter. But the thing is, yeah, as he became more civilized, you got more civilized people around you. Some people need to get in you and make you turn you what you need to be. Like to beat Ruiz, yeah, you need to have man like Lennox Lewis would have been perfect for him, bro. Like there's no other person who beats smaller guys, and he's still alive. The only thing you don't like Lennox Lewis's personality. You don't need to like him, but Lennox Lewis is gonna tell him the right thing, right? What he needs to do, because Lennox would want him to win the fight, bro. But Lennox, he doesn't want to align himself with Lennox. He wants to align himself with Klitschko and all these nutrition and all this stuff. And I say, yo, Ruiz is just on some, Ruiz just does it. I don't see Ruiz doing all this nutrition and all this stuff. Brooklyn Shaw, you want to talk on that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I put myself on mute because I had to take a quick phone call, but yeah, man. As far as the fight, man, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping Andy Ruiz. I hope Andy Ruiz beat the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too much games being played these last couple years. It's obvious these people didn't want to fight Wilder, bro, and like they don't got time for that, bro. You people don't want to fight. Y'all playing too much games. Y'all see, y'all. It seemed like they were trying. They were at it, but the thing with Wilder, even though he's 34, like I see him he's having a late prime similar to like a Sergio Martinez and Bernard Hopkins, due to the fact that he started boxing late. And if you think about Wilder, he's not taking a lot of punishment in these fights.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know what I mean? So they don't want to fight the man, bro. It's obvious. So we don't got time for that. They don't want to fight. Hopefully, Andy Ruiz get the job done. Hopefully, Deontay beats Fury, and we have a mega fight in the second half of the year. Man,
that's what's up. That's
how I look at it.
Yeah, that's what. See, as a fan, that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't want all the paperwork.
That's why, like, when I used to go to, like, I didn't really go to fights anymore, but when I was going to fights, like Dylan White fights and stuff, I see it in terms of that. I tell him, I'll be like, look, I'm not liking the way you guys are big and Wilder, that.
Yeah.
Are you telling that shit?
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I respect that, man.
Because we know, like, see, certain fans here from the UK, they love AJ because they think it's good for the ladies.
Edge, where's Edge at? Edge is the number one, but go ahead.
Yeah, Edge is the number one guy. Edge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that Maxim gave him a contract. I really believe that. So, anyway, we know what AJ was like. So, we know he didn't want no smoke for Wilder. But the thing is, I'm not going to sit there and say that I still don't want AJ to win because it's who I support, you know what I mean?
That's cool. That's cool.
But it's who I support, but that's it. But this is what I don't like, yeah. People getting onto AJ, right, about justice. There's not the same energy with Errol Spence, though. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, Errol Spence is done, bro. Now, he's done.
This has nothing to do with Errol Spence.
But he's trolling you. But listen,
no, I'm saying,
he's trolling you. You were trolling the way you trolling.
We know AJ's been ducking the longest. We know this. Yeah, we know AJ's been ducking the longest.
Yeah, he has.
But it seems to me,
but the Crawford though,
people pick and choose when. Like me, I was criticizing. Ask EJ, I've been criticizing AJ for not fighting Wilder.
Yeah.
We want to see the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these people that be like, oh, AJ's a bit, do this, all that, cool. But they're not keeping the same energy when it's Errol Spence because they're his favorite fighter. You understand? That's what
I don't understand, bro. I'm sorry. I don't understand that, bro.
Are you gonna sit there and tell me that Errol Spence don't smoke with Terrence Crawford?
Errol Spence gave me no indication that he don't want smoke with Terrence Crawford, bro.
Mr. Other side of the street, yeah.
Bro, this is the politics of boxing, my man. That's not Errol Spence. So it's the politics of boxing. What's going on with
both ways,
bro? What's going? So like I said, this is complete apples and oranges. And plus, if you think about it, this stuff has been going on for years. If you want to revisit stuff, when Top Rank had they fighters or whatever, they was only doing top rank fights. But then you expect, because now Terrence Crawford don't have the same stable. Top Rank don't have the same stable as PBC as far as welterweight goes. You expect PBC to just come on, Terrence Crawford, come in the mix. I would love that, but the history causes that it doesn't go down like that, bro.
And also Spence didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about I'm about to fight Crawford, and then fight somebody else.
What's good, Smoke? What's good, bro?
Everything's lovely, man. Good to hear your voice. Good to be on the panel with you.
Yeah, hey, yo, I'm definitely gonna do my live stream tomorrow, so feel free to jump on and talk. You know what I'm saying? I'll shoot you an invite.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. You can't compare the two, bro. You can't compare the situations because it's two totally different situations, dude. That's how I think. That's how I look at it. Because for one, you know I can tell you it's two different things.
So you say AJ to keep turning that.
No. What I'm saying is it's complete apples and oranges because at one point AJ and Deontay Wilder were on Showtime. Mm-hmm. They were on Showtime. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't so in this situation there's the network situation and the promoters or whatever, yes. But with Wilder and Joshua, at one point they were on Showtime for several years. And they still didn't want to fight. So you can't compare the two. It's apples and oranges. There's no reason to even bring that up. Let's get back to Anthony Joshua and his punk ass. He's about to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's about to get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I don't see him. Listen, I understand like all the hostility.
Even if AJ wins the fight, I can tell AJ can't win with Brooklyn Child, bro.
Nah, but the thing is,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
If AJ wins on points, you think it's a boring ass fight.
Yeah, it probably will be a boring fight.
I'm gonna judge the fight the way I'm gonna look at the fight the way it's displayed. I mean,
so what do you predict is gonna happen in the fight? You know, you think AJ's gonna get his ass beat, but do you think AJ's gonna get beat early? Do you think he's gonna quit? Do you think he's gonna, probably look good in the beginning, but then tire out? What would you think?
I could definitely see him getting tired out. You know what I mean? Because with AJ, the way I envision him fighting, he's gonna probably attempt to fight tall and try to bring the whole Klitschko. He's probably gonna try to fight similar to how Klitschko fought in the past. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is he gonna him completely changing his whole style for one fight? I mean, in one training camp, to me that doesn't seem like that's gonna be work out well for him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Andy, he's gonna have issues with the hand speed. He's gonna have issues with the combination. And then another thing that people forget about the first fight, Anthony Ruiz was landing some beautiful body shots on Anthony.
That's what I said.
Clean body shots.
I said the thing I'm worried about is the good thing AJ's lost weight because AJ to me was too big, but he looks very fleshy around the belly. Looks very fleshy. When he took his top off, he looked very fleshy around the belly, and I'm looking at it like, wow, could be a big problem, you know.
Okay, so Anthony Joshua weighed in at what 250 his last fight? Mm-hmm. The last fight in 250. Let's say 248 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much do you expect him to weigh this time? Because if he's losing weight,
So most likely with a guy like AJ with all that muscle mass, he's probably gonna be losing muscle. So is he gonna have the same punch resistance? He already don't have punch resistance.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that. You can't really say that. You can't. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Because you know why I say that? I'll tell you why I disagree with that. Because both of them went down in the fight, bro. So like both of them got up. You know what I'm trying to say? So like having punch resistance, like you lay down, like they both got up. They both got up. Like AJ put him down. He put AJ down, but AJ. The fight got ended and AJ was on his feet, bro. So AJ can go down, but he wasn't knocked out.
Let's just look at it like this. Yeah. You can't really say AJ can't take a shot because you have to look at the people that he's fought as well, right? He fought Dillian White. Dillian White hit him with a left hook when he was coming in. He didn't go down. That's the same left hook that knocked Chisora out clean. Yeah. He fought Vladimir Klitschko. Okay, he got put down, but we're talking like Vladimir Klitschko didn't like a number of right hands that night. He landed a number of right hands that night. You guys are talking like AJ like Amir Khan. Like, bruh, we've only seen AJ ever been put down by Ruiz and Klitschko. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I know.
But what I'm saying, what I mean when he can't take a shot is every time he gets hit with a good shot, he does a dance, bro. All the time. Well, even the Povetkin fight, when you get hit with shots, he does a dance. He's always doing a dance, bro. He's always doing the samba in the ring, bro. All the time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Brooklyn.
Because if you think of Wilder,
Brooklyn, all the heavyweights in the division, Wilder included, when they all get heavyweight division in, I agree. In elite opponents, Joshua's been down against Klitschko and he's been down against Ruiz. I think Ruiz is elite, right? But they go against the very best. They're going to get put down. Like, look, Ruiz has never been put down before. That's the first time he's been down as well. So what I'm saying is this, it's not the knockdowns thing. It's the thing is finishing the fight. Now, who's going to finish the fight? Now, I already said it, Ruiz. So we can clown about how he gets hit and he looks funny. But who's going to finish the fight? So I'm saying Ruiz from the jump because rematches do tend to go the same way. But if AJ was to pull it off, and even if he was getting rocked and all that stuff, they could Wilder in fight, he get rocked. And I mentioned Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder.
Yeah, so it's no big thing. It's no big thing. I'm trying to say it's no big thing about the rocking.
Yeah,
all I come about is conclusion. But the way an edge, yeah, they just want to talk about the first two rounds, but they don't want to talk about the conclusion.
No. I'm saying to me, I'm just saying to me personally, because I said the thing is, I never really beat his ass. We all know this, but I'm just saying for me, what it was Ruiz like to when AJ was fresh and clean before Ruiz hurt him. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said people can make their judgment in it, but I'm saying for me, I'm not saying for you or whatever. Brooklyn Child's got a different opinion to mine. Mine is just that I think Ruiz didn't attack AJ the way he attacked him before he hurt him. He didn't. He didn't come throwing punches the hell away he did before he hurt AJ. He didn't. He just didn't. So that's what I'm saying. I look at it like from that corner. Like, I'm just saying, with the chin thing, we saw Wilder get rocked by Stavern. We saw Wilder get rocked by Eric Molina. We saw Wilder get rocked by Luis Ortiz. Like, it happens. But people are talking like AJ's Amir Khan, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? People talking like AJ's Amir Khan. No, bro.
AJ's like Amir Khan. Yo, funny. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the way you're funny.
Oh, shit.
Yo, the way it's funny, bro.
I allow that.
AJ's like Amir Khan, bro. Oh, bro. That's bad, bro. That's a bad one, bro. AJ's like Amir Khan, bro. AJ's like Amir Khan, bro. Yo, bro.
Oh shit, dog.
Funny, man. Y'all funny, bro.
We all know AJ's got suspect chin in it, but I think all heavyweights got suspect chin.
Yeah, they were saying Lennox Lewis had a suspect chin, right? And they were saying Vladimir had a suspect chin for years, but the thing is, they go in against heavy guys. Like, if you get caught with them heavy guys, they were saying that Lennox Lewis got a glass chin because he got knocked down by Oliver McCall, right? And then he went in the rematch, took it, and then after they don't say it no more. So the dude's coming out that these people don't know boxing.
Listen,
AJ got a glass chin, bro. Because see, the thing is, if you got a glass chin, but Amir Khan, I haven't seen AJ sleeping on the canvas yet. I see him down, but I ain't seen him sleep. I ain't seen him sleeping. I see him getting up. Last year don't get up, bro. Like Amir Khan, when he goes down, Danny Garcia, even Danny Garcia,
let me just put it like this. Let me just put it like this. We all talk about AJ having a glass chin, right? Why don't we keep the same energy with Dillian White? How many times have you seen Dillian White rock?
Yeah, but no one cares about Dillian White though. No one cares about Dillian White. I agree with you, but no one.
But it's what I'm saying. No one talks about Dillian White getting dropped by Joseph Parker, bro. No one talks about Dillian White getting rocked by Robert Helenius, bro. Come on, guy. You know what I mean? He's gonna say this. Like he's the same.
And you know, I put money. I've been putting money against Dillian.
Yeah, but the thing about that, we're not talking about Dillian White. We talking about AJ. It's AJ and Ruiz week.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I mean, but we got the Dillian's fighting on the undercard though. Dillian's fighting on the show though.
The glass chin argument. Yeah, to me, it doesn't really hold water. That's just my opinion.
That's cool. Yo, what's Brooklyn?
But like I said, I'm AJ guy in it. And I'm still sitting here contemplating if I'm gonna watch the fight.
Why are you not gonna pay the money though? Why?
You gotta watch the fight, bro. It's boxing. You have to watch it. Maybe AJ wins.
No, but he's a bullshit. He's a bullshit.
If you think about the stats, let me say this real quick. The cards are stacked against Ruiz. The fight in Saudi Arabia, it's an uncharted territory.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Neutral ground. It's not neutral. It's not neutral.
Bro, it's not no neutral ground.
No neutral ground, man.
Stop it, dog.
It's for AJ.
He's a natural controlled event.
Yes,
this ain't no neutral ground,
man. Get out of here. Everyone knows that. Dwayne laughing because he knows ain't no neutral.
Yeah, you know that, bro. Ain't no neutral ground, bro. Because I will admit, now I do expect Andy Ruiz to stop AJ. But if it goes to the cards, listen, I'm not gonna be surprised if AJ don't get if Ruiz. Okay, let me say hypothetically, if Andy Ruiz is winning the rounds, he's winning the fight clearly, and it goes to the scorecards, like, come on, man. Let's be real, man. Like, it's not to say it's not out of the question that they'll give it to AJ, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, I know the cards are stacked against Andy Ruiz, innit? But I'm just, like I said, I'm just one of the guys, like, to me, if AJ loses, like, I don't know where he goes, innit, bro?
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be.
He's all right.
Not only that.
Shall I tell you the thing with if AJ loses, yeah, the only big fight he will have left, yeah, because they can still make the wild fight still, but I don't think it'll be as big. But I think the only big fight he's got is him versus Tyson Fury in the UK. That's it.
AJ still well. You see, the thing is, Ali lost twice, yeah. Frazier and Norton, right? And they said Ali was done when he went against Foreman, right? So boxing is the one thing. I just think styles. I think Ruiz's style gives AJ a lot of problems because AJ likes that. So I remember again, he was handpicked. He was in the rankings, but he wasn't a high ranking now. So it was like they made a bad pick and now they have to deal with it, right? So if they lose, right? But I just feel like his career carries on. Like Shane Mosley lost twice against Vernon Forrest. He's still on to beat Mayorga and beat other guys.
You know what I'm saying? This is the thing, because the problem, see, the reason why it's going to be a bad situation is because all those guys that we just mentioned did not have the hype of an Anthony Joshua.
Oh yeah. Yo, Shane Mosley was hype with pound for pound. They're in that pound for pound number one. Shane Mosley was up there. And Ali was hype. Ali was one of the best fighters of all time, the greatest of all time at the time. They were hype. Come on, man, they were.
No, but Anthony Joshua, they put this guy on a way bigger pedestal, bro. They put this guy on a big pedestal, my man.
Yeah, they was getting put on pedestals, bro. They all get.
EJ,
yeah, go ahead.
EJ, you also need to know the technology we have now. Look at AJ based on everything. You know what I'm saying? He's basically. Him and Canelo are basically the face of boxing. Let's just keep it real. Yeah. So no. What I'm saying in terms of
that's your face. That's not my face of boxing.
Listen.
Who's your face? Who's your face of boxing? Who's your face of boxing?
Who's your face of boxing?
Yeah.
No one gonna say.
No. Wilder. You say Wilder. Wilder's the face of boxing. Of course. Wilder ain't the face of boxing, Bridget.
Listen. I'm gonna put it like this. Like, yeah, you can say Canelo. You can say Andy Joshua. When it comes to the quote-unquote face of boxing, everybody have their own interpretation of what the face is. For me, it's Wilder. Know what I'm saying?
But I'm not talking in terms of fight record or what. I'm talking in terms of marketing.
No. I know. What he said. No, I agree with you.
I'm Wilder, bro. If you from the UK, if you Mexican, you probably gonna say or you gonna say Canelo.
Yeah.
If you from the UK, you gonna say
AJ. Yeah.
Me as a Black American, I'm saying Wilder.
No. You know what? He's right.
Other day ready to fight.
He's right.
I'm stopping everything.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, Dwayne, he's 100% right. So I'll leave that one because I have to think about it. Remember again, we're from different parts of the world, right? And from far as he's concerned, Wilder does it for him. You know what I mean? That's his boy. So I'll leave it as
my guy.
Yeah. I agree. I got you. So what I'm saying is this. No. But you know what? No, but if we go by other people's interpretation, then I understand. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody has their own interpretation.
Let me put it like this. AJ is boxing in the UK. Let me just put it like that.
Yeah, you can say that.
So
not in America. Not in America though.
Yeah, in America, is Wilder that big? Is Wilder like that big in America? Like, I don't know. I'm asking.
It's getting there.
I mean, yes, Wilder's big in America. Every time he fights, millions of people watch. Whether streaming,
I don't know.
Yeah, of course, yeah, Wilder it was big. I mean, is he as big as a Mayweather weapon? No, but he's definitely big. He's a big figure in America. Like anywhere he goes, he garners attention. He's that dude.
100%. Okay. Now, I listen. This is what I'm saying. Now, he's 100% right. And every fight he fights, more celebrities come out, more people come out. And the thing is, you got to understand, Wilder is one fight away from a big fight with a big name. So he already had Fury. He got rid of one of the dangerous guys in the division, Ortiz, right? So Wilder's one step away from being in the bracket of, let's say, a so-called AJ and Canelo in them type, but he's still big. So what we're saying is this. Wilder right now is sitting. He's done the hors d'oeuvre. What we say in England, we call it the starter. He wants the main course. He needs to get rid of Fury, right? That if they have a fight, I don't know what Fury's on. Like, he needs to get rid of him, and then let's see what happens with Ruiz and Joshua. That's what Wilder needs to do. Now this fight here is for all the marbles, bro. We want to see is Ruiz going to be the face of boxing, and he will be the face of boxing because people in England know who he is. Because he beats AJ, and then you got the American fans over there and the Mexican fans. He's got a lot of fan bases, Ruiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if AJ wins, a lot of American people more know AJ because he beat him. But people like, yeah, you should have beat him in the first place, right? Now, this is the very interesting. Does AJ retreat to the UK and say, I ain't fucking coming out? Does AJ say, I'm not coming out of the UK no more? I feel in my place, I don't think you need to come out. I feel that you need to reestablish the UK link and have the Wembley nights, have them nights in Cardiff. Why do you need to come out? Let guys come to your country. But I guarantee then AJ can control it. But if he goes to other countries like Ruiz, I think this is going to be the last abroad fight he does, bro. Unless he goes to Nigeria. I won't mind seeing him fight in Nigeria still. But other than that, I don't see AJ coming out of going to America. It's like, nah, I'm not doing that again. We're staying here until we're going to stay in the UK and have big nights in the UK. What do you think?
But that's why I like Wilder, because Wilder, none of that crap face Wilder.
Wilder will come. Wilder will fight anyway.
Wilder fight anyway.
Yeah, he will.
Wilder even said, bro, listen, after I see Fury, I unify, if AJ wins, I unify with AJ from the UK.
Yeah.
Said it straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is the fight with Fury in the UK?
But that's why I like Wilder, because his mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, to me, AJ is my guy, but bro, I ain't gonna lie. Wilder's won me over, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's won me over.
Yeah, he should do because Eddie Hearn, some of the propaganda he was a serious propaganda that he was a legend to Wilder was crazy.
Listen, I don't respect.
I don't respect Eddie Hearn.
He destroyed my guy's career, bro.
He did destroy Eddie Hearn. He did AJ. He messed up AJ's career. He is, and he's still messing up AJ's career.
He destroyed my guy Kell Brook's career, bro.
Oh yeah. He messed up Kell Brook for real. He did.
Yeah. Kell Brook. Yeah. I agree with that. Kell Brook will fight.
Kell Brook was a champ. Kell Brook
was a fighter.
Yeah, Kell Brook was yeah. Go ahead.
Kell Brook was my favorite fighter. Yeah, but even before AJ, I just jumped onto AJ because Kell Brook turned into, you know that thing in Avengers where like they just turned into rubble. Like that's what happened to Kell Brook, bro.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
Yeah. But
like,
I mean, speaking of Kell Brook, what's next for him? Is he still fighting? Is he gonna take what's he doing?
He wants the Amir Khan fight. Amir Khan want to fight him. Kell Brook wanted to fight Keith Thurman before Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao. So I don't think that fight is going to happen again. I don't know. He wanted to fight Terence Crawford, but Eddie Hearn didn't want to make that fight. So I don't know.
That's that bullshit. But see, but see, the problem with Kell Brook is he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's too big to me. He seems like he's too big for 147, but he's too big for 154.
Yeah, he's too big for 150. He's too big for 147, but he's too small for 150.
Yeah, my bad. He's too small. He's too small for 154. Because I don't see Kell Brook being any of the top guys at 154. None of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say him versus Charlo, but nah, bro. Charlo will wipe the floor with him.
That's a good fight, but I think Charlo gets him. I
remember when Kell Brook was when he was going to debut at 154, he was Tony Harrison offered to fight him out. Like, that's a bad matchup, bro. Kell Brook could knock him out, but Harrison's a good fighter. So I don't know, man. Kell Brook, bro, they just wasted his career, man. When he won that title, they just stayed to Eddie Hearn. That's all he does. When they won the title, he wants the hostages.
He's done that. He's done that with Eubank, right? Because his dad made Eubank a lot of money, but he messed up Eubank's career. Eubank made a lot of money fighting pure bums, yeah. And Barry Hearn and Eddie Hearn, that's what they've been doing. Eddie Hearn said after the fight, we're gonna fight Marquez. He told Kell Brook all kinds of lies, yeah. And Kell Brook fought 3 bums, yeah. And then he threw him into a fight with Golovkin. He didn't need to fight Golovkin. Errol Spence was there. Remember, the thing is, he didn't want to pay the money for Mikey Garcia, right? No, not that. Is it Mikey Garcia?
Yeah.
No, Mikey. What's his name? Jesse Vargas, right? So Jesse Vargas wanted to unify, and he goes, no, he's charging too much. Give me too much. Because Jesse Vargas is a WBA. Kell would have beat Jesse Vargas, and he would have 2 belts, right? But Eddie Hearn said, nah, we're gonna do this welterweight thing because there was no reason. It's the only reason he done it because Eubank was supposed to fight Golovkin. And Eddie Hearn went to fuck him over, and he used Kell Brook. Messed him up.
Let me tell you honestly why I give Eddie Hearn a pass for the Vargas thing.
I don't. No.
I
should pay the money.
Because let me tell you, because Kell Brook said the money they were gonna pay Jesse Vargas. I can't remember what happened in the UK. Something happened, and
they want to pay the money, man. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not sure how your policies work, but was it something in
regards to something to do with that? It was something to do with that. It was something to do with the parliament and money or whatever. So the pound took a fall. The pound note took a big drop. So basically, the money they would have paid, the budget they had for that fight, basically what he would have earned for facing Jesse Vargas after paying the coach and whatever not and trainer and his nutritionist and all that, he said he would have had to fight, but he would have basically earned peanuts. So that's the only reason why they didn't take that fight, because Jesse Vargas wanted $3 million for that fight. So that's what I'm saying. So Kell Brook said I would have basically had to fight for free. So I kind of give him a pass for that. But what I don't give him a pass for is all them scrubs that he put in front of Kell Brook and charged flipping pay-per-view for that crap. Yeah. And then on top of that, what he did, yeah, was Kell Brook had to beg him to fight Errol Spence. He wanted Kell Brook to beg him. Kell Brook had to beg him to fight Errol Spence. He was like, nah, because I worked so hard to win this title, I'm not going to give it up like that. Can you believe that? Bro, Eddie Hearn, man. He had to beg him to fight Errol Spence. And you know what made it worse? What made it worse was Kell Brook fought Errol Spence after Golovkin, right? It was a back-to-back fight. So he had been out for the ring for 18 months. Errol Spence hadn't fought for about 11 months before he fought Kell Brook. When I went to watch that fight, I've never seen a guy who I've seen so rusty in Errol Spence look so damn sharp. He looked like on another level when I watched that fight. He looked so sharp. So, I don't know, man. These Americans, bro, you guys, you Brooklyn child, your people are something else, bro.
You said my people are something else?
Yeah, Americans, man, you've been on something else. Because Errol Spence when Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, he hadn't fought for 11 months. So when he came to Sheffield, I remember I went to watch that fight. he looked so sharp, like he hadn't skipped a beat.
Yeah, that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's the truth, bro.
Yeah, the truth no more, man.
The beat.
Yeah, the truth no more. His face is like it's been through a blender. His face is torn up. His face is torn up.
Nah, he'll be alright.
Nah, he's done, man. He's done.
Bro, I don't want to hear from Elvis Spencer. These guys are wasting my time.
He's done, bro. Like his face has been through a blender, bro. He just threw his career away. Like, how you gonna drive your car that miles per hour, get drunk when you could have people driving with you and stuff like that? That's some dumb shit.
I mean, but what are we talking? I mean, me personally, I never spoke about the situation, but where you getting your information from? Like are you getting it? Because because Elvis Spencer himself didn't say nothing. I'm saying, but we
it's obvious though.
Okay.
Right? I'll tell you why. No, wait. Let me get. I'll tell you why. I get my information from people being in car crashes, bro. And most people get in car crashes. They stay in the car. They stay in the car. This guy got thrown from the car. In the car crash, was thrown out the car, bro. That's a serious injury, man. That's back problems, skull problems. That's a whole different ball game, bro. That is a violent injury. And even if he feels like he's 100%, he ain't. He's not. And some of the pictures, like he got plastic surgery on his face from all the scar tissue.
I mean, let's see what happens.
Nah, bro. You been a car.
So let's see how the situation.
Anyone been in a car crash? Yeah. Anyone been in a car crash? Yeah? That was horrendous. Yeah. But it's bad to come back. Like that's where I'm getting my information from people being in car crashes. You know what I mean? Like it's wicked. Like the injuries you get, they go with you sometimes to the life. You know what I mean? Your body's not supposed to bend that way.
I'm just happy he's alive. That's all I'm saying. That's the main thing. That's the only thing that's I'm concerned. I'm happy he's alive. He's able to go back to his family. Whatever he does in the rest of his box career, we have to wait and see. Well, I'm not going to speculate and things out there.
I'm telling you. I'm putting it out there. Like, I don't think he'll be safe again. I don't think he needs to fight again. But like I said to you, like you said, I'm happy that he's alive. But I understand it. But we was just talking about, is he going to box again? So that was the question. So that's why I'm getting my info. But I don't think so. But
maybe I don't know, because the thing is, like I said, this guy, yeah, I don't know, bro. Ever since he's got to the top, it's like the money's got to his head anyway. That's just my thing. So. But I just look at it like Phil Spence. Did you even see the picture of his face? Like his skin looked.
I know, that's what I said to you. That's what I said. He's been in a blender.
Yeah, bro.
I know he's been in a blender, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
His eyes. When did they take that picture? His eye looked blood.
Right, he played with bloodshot. Yeah, that's what you see. The thing is, I do boxing, right? So when I done my first aid test for my pro license, they said, well, you can tell the boxer when he's injured or something's going, you can tell by the iris of the eye. So normally when people are healthy, their eyes are white around the side. When they're not well, they have like blood, little dots of blood. And he had a big blotch of blood around his eye. You can see he's still recovering, isn't it? You know what I mean? That picture was horrible, you know. But you know the thing is, like, I forget boxing. I think like just having a good life. I mean, he had a great fight with Porter. But the thing is, people want to maintain and do what Mayweather's done, but bro, people and Furman and Aerospace, they're realizing that, bro, like, you know, to do what Mayweather's did in his sport, that's hard to do, you know. It's hard to do. Like Crawford is still there. I think he, you know, if Aerospace vacates the belt, Crawford picks up the belts and he becomes undisputed welterweight champion. You know what I mean? I can see that.
I don't see what happens.
Yeah, I can see Crawford picking up the belts. I don't see Aerospace. I don't see him defending the belts, bro. You don't need to. You know what I mean? Like real talk. I don't want to see no one get. I don't want to see a guy in the ring who ain't the same no more. I won't want to.
That's what I'm saying to you. To me, that's what I said. These Americans, yeah, EJ, they're different breeds to us, you know.
I know they're hard. I know that. They're different breeds. For real, bro. The way you're right, you know, you're right because they're not only in. Yeah.
Listen, let's be real. With how glassy America's chin is, if he had flew out that car, the wind probably would have killed him before he did.
Yeah, you're right, bro. No, serious though, because the thing is, you gotta be pretty tough, yo. No, Brooklyn is right, bro. That car accident is when I saw it, I said, yo, bro, the car was a write-off, and he got through out the car. Like, yo, if he didn't get through the car, his body would have got crippled in the debris, bro.
Look at all the car crashes that happened around that week.
Yeah.
Was that not the same week where Kevin Hart's car got written off? Did you see the car?
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Kevin Hart was in.
He was in a car crash. I know, he was in a
Kevin
car
Hart
crash.
had a car crash. Kevin Hart had a car crash. The same.
Car crashes are bad,
same.
man. Car crashes
He
are
had to
bad.
have back. He had to have back surgery. Couldn't walk.
Yeah, you see, I told you this was in Brooklyn.
These man.
This car injury is wicked. A car injury is a wicked injury. Listen, is your body gets contorted all over the place. And the thing is, he's got facial injury because when he got thrown from the car, he landed on his face, bro. You know, like Mr. Bashir, when he fell on his face. It's the same kind of thing, bro. He got thrown on his face.
Let me say this. What helped Errol Spence? He was lucky you weren't driving in the UK. And I tell you why.
Yeah.
Because America, you guys got a lot of empty space.
Yeah, you
so
have.
where the car went and where he flew, just grass.
Yeah.
In the UK, I'm telling you,
There's
he would have hit the bus.
The barriers, everything. Lampposts, everything. What about that?
I mean, listen, bro. All that is irrelevant, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. All that's irrelevant.
I'm telling you, it is so cramped. If he was speeding like that, there was a car crash down my road the other day. Yeah, the car was on its side. Yeah, the car was on its side. Where was the car? Into a fence. The fence was right there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Them type of things, yeah, only happen on the motorway. Them crashes here. It's like this guy was driving on the main road. Where was Spence crashed?
Yeah.
He's driving on the main road, bro. Nah, bro. He is lucky. He is.
Now, but you know, and let's go back to thinking. That's AJ. So AJ, I just saw the media workout now. He's done a couple of shadow boxing. He's talking right now on Sky Sports. Let me hear what he said. Let me hear what AJ said. I got predictions. I got predictions all day about.
He just kept saying, "I'm gonna win."
Is it?
And he kept saying, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we all know he's gonna box.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, and I'll be victorious.
It's a marathon, yeah, not a sprint. But you've been sprinting all your time, all your career, bro. You just say AJ just
Yeah. What have you done? What have you done in 20 fights?
Yeah.
20 Come on, that bullshit, bro.
Away from like
Brooklyn
Cowboys. We'll have nothing in common. DNA, etc. The only thing that we have in common is.
No, it's not even that, bro. It's like because me, I'm a boxing fan, bro. So and I feel like I'm more like a more traditional. Like let's just say hypothetically, if Anthony Joshua fought Wilder knocked his full out. I'm not gonna shit on
that. He lost weight, man.
I'm gonna be happy for my guy. But I'm gonna respect AJ for taking the challenge. Because we know Wilder is a dangerous opponent. I would have respected that.
AJ lost weight, man. AJ lost weight, man.
Now you realise what's in front of you, you might really hit that fire in your belly.
I don't want to make no excuses.
I'm not saying it's an excuse, I'm saying it's a distraction. Different things. What I'm saying is,
he's getting defensive already. The fight ain't even started. This guy's on the back foot already.
Yeah, you see what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, but AJ, but even when I talk to AJ, AJ's a guy. When you ask him a question, he goes in deep thought. But he's lost a lot of weight, right? And like he's lost a lot of that. Bro, I don't look good for him, bro. I'm just gonna. He lost too much.
He look like he needs a cheeseburger or what?
Nah, he looks too small.
You know what? It's one of them ones where his boy. Yeah, I remember his boy was like, "Oh, AJ, why can you lost so much weight?
You lost so much weight.
How can you tell? Because your head got bigger." Because you know AJ had all the muscles around his shoulders, around his shoulders, so they make his head look big.
He does make his head look. He looks big, bro. But the thing is, yeah, I'm looking at he's wearing that Dr. Dre thing in his ear. You know what I mean?
What EJ, watch the interview. He's gonna take off his top. Yeah.
Why?
When he takes off his top, look how fleshy he is around the belly. That's what's worrying me. He's so fleshy around the belly.
Dwayne, don't watch the fight, Dwayne. Don't watch the fight. It's gonna be messy.
Bro, I'm not watching the fight, you know. I'm not watching.
Come on, dog. You gotta watch the fight. You're a boxing fan, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. Me personally. I'm a Zab Duke fanboy, dog. Because I'm from Brooklyn. That's just my name. I'm from Brooklyn. Zab Judah, I was a big fan of Zab Judah. Zab Judah lost 10 times. Listen, it's part of the sport, bro. You win some, you lose some, you get the fight another day.
Nah, but the thing is,
you gotta watch the fight, bro. You have to.
No. The thing is, I can actually see this being a murder case. I ain't even lying.
Oh shit, dog.
Listen, The reason why I'm
Murder
saying
case.
that
Wait,
because
a murder.
basically when AJ was
AJ's like
fully juiced up, yeah, he looked. It was a murder case already. So you're telling me the nigga's gonna lost weight on top of that? Nah.
See what I'm saying to you, bro?
No way. No way. No way, bro.
No, so shit.
That's why. Like I said, I think the worst thing AJ could have done was avoid Deontay Wilder, because the thing is, out of everyone in the heavyweight division, Wilder wants to punch through his face the most. Yeah, that's why if you look at when Wilder fought Fury, but you could tell it was a business fight. You understand? So Wilder didn't go in the way mentally that he usually goes in with Fury, and he still knocked him down twice. And the second time, let's be real, Fury was comatose. He was dead. You know what I'm saying? Now, you think Wilder is not going to go into that fight against AJ thinking for every right hand he's going to throw, he's going to imagine all the time AJ said that, and Eddie Hearn said that, look, you did this, or you can't do this, you did this, or you know what, yeah, you're making a name of Anthony Joshua. And through that one right hand, bruh, we might have to fight AJ Flowers. I'm not even we actually might have to buy him flowers. Just for the fact that EJ, what did your boy Spencer used to say? AJ versus Wilder is what? Killmonger versus what?
AJ taking off his top. AJ taking off his top.
Yeah, he took off his top, bro. He took off. If you're watching the Sky Sports live stream one,
yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. He took off his top. Yeah. He changed vest. Yeah,
he changed vest. Look how fleshy he looked. But
he lost so much weight, bro.
Bro, he looks sick. I told you.
Looks like he needs a cheeseburger, dog. He looks like a starving Ethiopian, man.
Nah, he don't look starving. He just look like he lost a little boat. He lost a little boat. But let's be real.
Hold on. This could come good for him. It could come bad. But for me, I'm prepared for.
Do you have a channel? Do you upload content?
Nah, he doesn't. Nah, he jumps on. Yeah, Brooklyn wasn't offering you to come on his channel, like, but it's late though. But like, I'm sure Brooklyn, y'all saw each other need to come on Brooklyn's channel later on. But listen to this, yeah, like this thing.
No, but if Brooklyn's got a channel,
yeah, he's got a channel. He's got a channel. He does it.
Yeah, I upload content.
Yeah,
I don't upload as much because the sport be on some bullshit, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But Gary Russell Jr. bullshit. That's what that Gary Russell bullshit. Gary Russell bullshit. You know what I'm talking about, Gary Russell.
Out of here, you gotta put some respect in his name.
Never that. No way, bro. Never that.
Yeah, sure.
Nah, ain't none of that. You know what he's fighting? But he's fighting a good. The fight he's fighting recently is a good guy. The guy he's fighting is a good contender. So.
Yeah, I've seen him fight. He's a good fighter. I know.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's gonna put that dude in a blender and chop him up.
Hey, when is Richard Comey fighting?
Teofimo Lopez.
Oh, that's the fucking next week. Yo, Top Rank is ridiculous, bro. There's absolutely no promotion for that fight at all.
Where the hell is that fight?
Even out here in the States, because ESPN is a big.
I'm not too sure. It's this year, so it should be soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the 14th.
The 14th.
In Madison Square Garden. That's gonna be in the undercard of Terrence Crawford and Mean Machine.
Oh, the 14th? What do you mean? What day is Joshua? What day is Joshua fighting?
So the fight's next week, bro.
Oh, next week. Yeah, he goes next week.
Yeah, the fight's next week, December 14th.
There you go.
Madison Square Garden.
He smoked the shot.
You got that fight between Comey and Teofimo.
Yeah. Who you got?
I'm saying Comey.
I got Comey.
I'm saying Comey, but something's telling me if Comey wins, like I think it's gonna be a situation where Comey is gonna win by most of the people, but he's gonna get robbed. because they try to set up Teofimo and Lomachenko. I think that's what's going on.
Knock him out.
I think so too. I think so too. I don't like. I think what Teofimo, like, I think he's a good fighter, but I still think he needs a lot more development. He still needs a lot more development. I think from a prospect standpoint, I think he is slightly overrated. I've always felt that, despite him knocking people out and all that. It's just you know, he's too left hook happy. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really throw a jab. I don't like how he be trying to do with the shoulder roll and shit. His defense is poor. Like, he needs a lot of development as a fighter, personally. Mm-hmm. So, and the thing about Coleman throws he has a beautiful straight right hand.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he has power behind it too. And he's a big lightweight. Like, Coleman looks like he can probably fight at super lightweight and even welterweight, bro. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I see him being
power in both hands as well.
Yeah, he got power in both hands, bro. He's a good fighter. I'm picking Coleman, but something tells me if he goes to the cards, they're gonna get, because if you think about Teofimo in his last fight, that fight was super close. And you remember the scorecards for that? The scorecards were dreadful. Yeah, I mean, they gave, like, to be honest with you, that fight could have been a draw in his last fight against that Asian guy, that Asian cat. That fight could have been a draw. Or even, you could have even edged it to the Asian guy, honestly, if you're going to be fair. You could have edged it to him. But they gave it to Teofimo by a super large margin, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I don't know. It's boxing, bro. Do you just upload boxing content, or is it anything else?
Nah, just boxing content. Okay. Just boxing content.
Hey, EJ, my Blazers are playing tonight, yeah?
Yeah. You know what? Hey, Melo's doing all right down there. Melo and they play. I like the way they play together. They're good. I think they might get a playoff.
I was MIA before Melo came, bro.
Melo bring them back, yo. Melo and Lillard, they play well together, bro. Cause Melo is turned up, bro. I see Melo baseline dunk, 3-point. I'm like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, Portland with Melo is like, yo, that's what's up. They gave him a chance, and they made Melo a starter straight out.
We're playing the Clippers tonight, bro.
Oh, real? Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Hey, you know what?
Tonight, and then we're playing the Lakers.
Oh yeah, I'm on that.
Oh, you a Portland Trailblazers fan?
Yeah, he's a fan.
Oh, I'm not a Portland Trailblazers fan. I'm a Damian Lillard fan.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, Damian Lillard, he's the truth.
Yeah. I've been rocking with Lillard since his rookie year. So.
Yeah. Lillard's the truth for sure.
Yeah,
true.
I want to play. There's this guy here. He's a promoter, right? He's accurate. His predictions are really accurate. His name Mickey Hennessy. No, not Mickey Hennessy. His name it's not Mickey Hennessy. What's his name again? What's his name again? He's got a French name. But his predictions are really good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna play that, and then I'm just gonna do the introduction because I want to watch that Portland game. That's coming up soon, right? In a half hour.
Let me ask Brooklyn Chow one question quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brooklyn Chow, do you think Usyk can be a problem in the heavyweight division?
No.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
And I think with Usyk, I think the issues with him is, for one, I think he uses a lot of unnecessary movement. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of unnecessary movement. I don't think he has a lot of pop on his punches. I mean, despite his quote unquote KO percentage, he doesn't have a lot of pop on his punches. He uses a lot of unnecessary movement. And then also too, in his last fight, you look at him, his defense is not as great to me.
He said this ever since he left Mr. Bashir, isn't it, EJ?
Yeah. He ain't the same.
His defense is not too great.
Nah.
You know what I mean? He uses a lot of unnecessary movement. You know, I think they trying to set up. Are they trying to set up a Usyk and Chisora fight? Or is that something that's in the works?
I think Chisora could beat him. You know.
I think Chisora beats his ass, bro.
Yeah,
I think he wants him up on the inside.
Remember, Usyk did not want to really fight Carlos Taka. Let's be real.
No, he didn't.
He didn't want to fight Carlos
Taka. And then they did some funny business with the Sprung dog, the Sprung dude. I'm saying, because they told him how he failed the drug test, but Sprung himself was saying, "Yo, I have all the evidence saying I actually did it." So it seemed like they did. There was some funny business going on with that whole situation.
Yo, who?
Yeah. It was just another maximum funny business. You know what I mean? Funny room. You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm gonna lie to you. Ruiz. I think Ruiz fight Dillian White. I think he beats Dillian White. I think Ruiz beats Usyk. You know what I mean? I don't care what people talk. I think like Ruiz is.
I think Dillian White could beat Ruiz because Dillian White has got a solid.
He's too small though. He's hard to hit though, bro. See the thing is, the thing is, why I look at Ruiz? He's very hard to hit, bro. Like for a guy, he's basically what you call a heavyweight. He's a small guy. He builds a lot. He's got a good defense, bro. Like I watched him do shadow boxing and hit his punch. He's very good at what he does, man. The guy's trouble, man. But yeah, the guy I was talking about, the promoter I'm talking about, his name is Mickey Elliott. And basically, Mickey Elliott, he does really good predictions on knowledge that he knows around the sport and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play that right real quick, and we're gonna get our prediction on that. I already made AJ gonna lose already. So I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? It ain't no big thing to me, but I think let's see from Mickey Elliott, promoter Mickey Elliott on the fight.
And welcome to the long-awaited return of the Hellraiser Boxing blog. Today's Hellraiser blog going to look at a big fight coming up this weekend between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. First, let's look at the stats. So Anthony Joshua, 6'6", reach of 208 centimeters. Andy Ruiz Jr., 6'2", reach of 108 centimeters. There's 20 centimeters reach advantage to Andy Joshua. Obviously, if Andy Ruiz can get him close, slip the jabs and get his shots off, then it's probably an advantage to have shorter arms. But if Joshua plays his hand as best as he's capable of, he should have an advantage, especially if he can use his feet to create sort of a lateral movement. He should be able to keep Ruiz at long range for longer. Can he do it for 12 3-minute rounds? That's difficult. In fact, I don't think he can do it for 12 3-minute rounds. But I'd like to see him use his long arms. You remember like Lennox Lewis or Vladimir Klitschko? They would just extend the arms, and they knew I've got such reach advantage. I'm going to just hold my hand out there, and he can't come any closer. I'm safe. I can stay calm. You know, not burn myself out. Because if you're constantly throwing the jab out all the time, especially when you're bulked up like Anthony Joshua is, going to burn a lot of energy. I'd like to see Anthony Joshua use some of that. You know, just put the hand over the eyes. Boom, and come to the right. Seen that plenty of times from Lewis and from Vladimir Klitschko. Okay, so the reason why I didn't like the selection of the opponent is that, I mean, as I've documented in previous blogs, I've looked through the Hellraiser Boxing blogs before, Andy Joshua does not like fighting short guys who move their head. That's what we've gone on about. First, you go back to the amateurs. Dillian White isn't particularly short, but he moves his head very well and he crouches down, bends his legs so that he sits right down, low, moves his head. Beat Joshua in the amateurs, gave him a nightmare the first time they boxed in the pros. Carlos Takam gave Joshua a load of problems. We're looking in the amateurs after the first fight with Dillian White, Mihai Nistor used head movement, stopped Joshua, gave him a lot of problems and stopped him. So you have to ask the question, you know, how Andy Ruiz ended up getting the green light, because he's exactly the sort of stereotypical fighter that we know Joshua does not perform well against. But he did get the call. His answer was yes. Maybe he was the cheaper option. You don't know. You know, I mean, certainly he ended up as a very expensive option in the long term. But he managed to swing it. He got his opportunity. He got his foot in the door and seized his opportunity with both hands. Maybe they looked at Ruiz because physically he looks very unimpressive, Andy Ruiz Jr. He looks like slob. He looks like a blob.
Yeah, he does look like a slob. Yeah, blob.
He doesn't look like an athlete. He looks like a sort of, you know, he's carrying a lot of weight. And maybe to some people, but the thing is, you've got Robert McCracken in it. You know, he's an experienced guy. I can't imagine that he would have been the one to pick that opponent. And the thing is, like in America, you've actually got a massive pool of fighters who physically look very impressive. They've got great records at heavyweight, and they can't really fight. And look at what Tyson Fury's just got, the 2 fights he's just had. No one's really complained about it. It's been a show. It's been an event. People have enjoyed it. They've been there. Surely Anthony Joshua could get away with it at least once fighting one of these guys with a good record, because because what they've actually given him there is a guy who looks physically unimpressive, but actually can really fight, really fight. Even before that bout, watching Hellraiser blog, we were saying, you know, he's got a lot of the attributes that we know Joshua struggles with. And certainly in America, a lot of the contacts I've got there were saying, oh, they picked the wrong guy in Ruiz. You know, he's got everything to be a problem for Joshua. Because Joshua quite upright and stiff against a guy who moves, got that Latin movement, that head movement that caused massive problems on the night for Joshua. And very quick hands where he was able to get his shots off, I think, far more easily than probably anyone else has against Joshua. It was a pretty dispiriting defeat. I mean, you could see the enthusiasm draining from Joshua every few 30 seconds of the fight. You know, he was going from bad to worse still, to worse again, to even worse than that. In the rematch, I think Joshua needs to get a lot of those demons out of his system. I think he actually has to go and own the fight. He has to go and take it by the scruff of the neck.
That's right.
He needs to make it his type of fight. He needs to take the center of the ring. He needs to keep.
And I say that.
At long range.
I told you that.
He's not
Controlling.
going to keep him for 3 minutes and 12 rounds. At some point, Ruiz is going to come inside. But for me, in the first fight, when Ruiz comes inside, Joshua looks like he's panicking. In fact, I'd say for the whole fight, even before the fight, he looks like he's panicking. I mean, before the fight, the first thing that I didn't like in Joshua, and this wasn't panicking, this was more, I mean, publicly and in the press conferences and the press interviews, etc., Joshua is saying, "Oh, I respect Andy Ruiz. He's a dangerous opponent." Like he didn't. I don't believe that he actually meant that. He didn't believe it. Certainly, I don't believe that he felt that in his heart. Because imagine this: if it had been Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder, and at the press conference, Deontay Wilder says, "Oh, let me just try all your belts on." I'm certain. I bet my house that Andy Joshua would have said, "No way, you're not touching those belts. They're mine. You stay right away from them.
Yeah.
You're not having anything to do with those belts." Well, this is Andy Ruiz, and although he said, "Yeah, I respect him. He's a great fighter. It's a big challenge. I'm up for this." In his heart, I don't believe that that's what he meant. It was like a tell and poker. You look for what someone actually says and what they mean. Thinking is different.
Yeah.
And what Andy Joshua said was that. But what he was actually thinking was, this is just a blob. This is like a fat lump that I'm going to box his ears up 3 or 4 rounds and I'm going to knock him out. And I think he convinced himself that this is going to be an easier assignment than what it actually, obviously, than what it turned out to be. But I don't think that he actually had that nip of fear in his blood when he boxed Ruiz. He let him wear the gloves. Like I say, it was a very dispiriting defeat. He was hurt repeatedly. He was knocked over. He was beat up in the end and stopped. I thought the referee was absolutely correct in stopping the fight when he did. So the rematch goes to Saudi. I've got to say again, the first thing that sprung to mind when I saw the rematches in Saudi, I thought money grab. I thought they're going for the money. Maybe they've lost faith in Joshua. They realise this guy's got his number.
Yeah.
And they're just going for it because certainly if I was managing Joshua, and it might not be financially the best thing to do, but to give him the best chance, that fight would be in London. I'd make concessions. I would give leverage away in the financial negotiations to get the fight in London because I think home advantage can make a big difference. Joshua looked even though I know even in the amateurs he's boxed out in America and won, here he looked very unsettled. He looked like he did not feel comfortable with the environment. He didn't want to be there. He looked like he really was nervous beyond what was justifiable. You know, like he was just more uncomfortable than he needed to be. And I think when he goes to Saudi, it might be better second time round because he might have been able to make adjustments psychologically. But I mean, physically, you've got to think Ruiz lives in the desert. He's going to Saudi, so the temperature in Saudi is worrying him.
He lives in the desert.
Condition. He's used to that environment, and even when you're in the desert, in an air-conditioned environment, the air is actually different. You go to the casinos in Las Vegas, the air you breathe in is different. You stay there for a long period of time, you're not used to it, you can get blood in your nose. It's a different environment, and Andy Ruiz will be more used to that environment than Anthony Joshua. I think the venue surprised me somewhat. I thought they would make sure he had all the home advantages to give him the best chance of the win. Now he has to go out there and he really has to, for me, Joshua, to win this, he has to perform 10 out of 10. Has to be the best Anthony Joshua. He needs to, even if it means boxing boring. Like, for example, look, he's got this massive reach advantage. Even if Ruiz walks past you or managed to slip inside his jab, he's just like, look, we've seen Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko do it, even Muhammad Ali used to do it. Put his hand, just hold him at range, there, and then don't panic. You can calm down. You just keep him, can't come no closer than that. You can't hit him from out there. You keep Ruiz out for 20 centimetres of reach advantage over him. Rather than trying to jab every time, because Joshua's quite muscle bound, so all he's throwing like loads of jabs, that's going to tire him out. And Ruiz has got that head movement, so those jabs aren't even hitting him.
Yeah,
most of them going over the shoulder, boom, he's coming inside like that. Boom, boom. So I want to see Joshua use that reach advantage and stay calm. You know, look, he proved he can hurt Andy Ruiz Jr. He dropped him heavily. He's the puncher of the two, despite the fact he got knocked out. He's the puncher of the two. He can use that range. He can use that length, that advantage that he's got, to keep him on the end of the jab. And if you don't keep him with the jab, hold him there. Just keep him there. Can't come closer than that. Stay calm. Keep you're there. If he starts pushing pressure, you can feel the hand coming in. Boom, you bring the right hand across. But what I hope we don't see with Joshua is he starts panicking, starts trying to sort of swing and go for it. And that will make it into a more exciting fight. A more exciting fight in which he's got a much higher chance of getting knocked out. Joshua here needs to minimise risks. He needs to fight on discipline, not instinct. If he fights on instinct, yes, it might be more spectacular for a short period of time, but he might get knocked out. So a very real chance of getting. We've seen him get sort of dropped 4 times and stuff before. So I want to see him here just get the win. That's it. Can Joshua hurt Ruiz? We know that he can. He dropped him heavily. Can he outbox him for 3 minutes of 12 rounds? He doesn't actually have to outbox him for 3 minutes of 12 rounds. If he wins 7 rounds, he's won the fight. Otherwise, he'll get knocked out. I want to see him win rounds, just bag as many rounds as he can. If he gets to 7, then he just boxes safe. It doesn't matter if you box boring. You know, it doesn't have to be like a Rocky movie every fight. You know, let's just get the win. Go and stay calm and use the ethics that the work ethics that he talks about. You know, staying hungry, staying focused. And he now has to put that into practice. It's all good talking about it. He has to now, when he's going to be under pressure, and Ruiz now will think he's got his number. He'll think, yeah, just get inside again and then let go of throws or punches and he'll then come undone. Joshua here, we need to see a 10 out of 10 Joshua. We need to see Joshua really on his game, using his reach, using his jab, using his straight punches, punch to the chest. When Ruiz is using that movement that was so successful in the first fight, hit him in the chest with the first punch. So you can keep him, him out there rather than let him come in and then let go.
Ruiz is beating him, man. I'm convinced now. I'm convinced.
Yeah, but we don't need to do no more.
I'm convinced, man.
Catch.
Nah, I'm convinced, man. I'm not even. There's no way Josh is beating him. That's it. He's not beating him.
I said this before. You know, now when they first announced AJ versus what's his name? When they first announced AJ versus Jarrell Miller, like I thought, okay, AJ's gonna dominate this dude. I just didn't think. Whatever. But then when they replaced him with Andy Ruiz, I'm like, oh wow, this is a good ass fight now. I was really interested in it. And like I said, I did a video on the fight, but I didn't upload it. I wish I did, because some of the things that I said on the video happened in the fight. I knew Anthony Joshua had issues with that hand speed. I knew he was gonna have issues with that head movement. I knew he was because the thing about Andy Ruiz is that Andy Ruiz was a fighting heavyweight at the end of the day. A lot of times people say, oh, top 5 heavyweights is they'll say, okay, Joshua, Tyson Fury, Wilder, they'll throw in Luis Ortiz and Dylan White or whatever list you want to say. But I always thought to myself, bro, Andy Ruiz is one of the best heavyweights in the world, bro. I always thought that. You know what I'm saying? So what he did to Anthony Joshua, me personally, I'm not 100% surprised with what he did. I'm more surprised just because of the magnitude of, because you got Anthony Joshua as this, they billing this dude as like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and here's this Andy Ruiz, you know me, beating him up the way he did. That was the only thing that surprised me. But did I think that Andy Ruiz was did I think Anthony Joshua was that much better than Andy Ruiz? No, I actually didn't. You know what I'm saying? I actually didn't believe that shit anyway. So I wasn't surprised what he did. I wasn't surprised how he performed. Because Andy Ruiz has been a good ass fighter for a long time. He just wasn't talked about as much.
No one thought he would win that fight, bro. Because if I did, I'd have made a fortune, bro. Because I've been betting against AJ for a minute, and thus when I stopped betting against him, you saw what happened. So like he won the fight. He's the champion. He's more confident. I just don't see how AJ is gonna beat this dude, man. I just don't see how AJ gonna beat this dude here, man. I just don't see it. Don't see it. People in the chat, my man Zeus in the chat. Yeah, was Ruiz good or was AJ under par? Whatever the case, man, how it works.
Don't matter. Win's a win, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I got a question. Because I know that arena, that Legos arena that they built up out there.
Yeah.
I know it's an outdoor arena. What's gonna be the temperature out there?
I don't know, man.
I have no clue.
I don't know, but you already said that guy. You heard that guy say a minute ago. He said it doesn't matter because Ruiz is used to that joint. He's from them hot, dusty climates.
Yeah, you
so
know what
said,
it's like there.
Yeah,
it's like,
it ain't gonna matter, man.
It's like, you know, you go to hot countries, it's very humid, it's hard to breathe. It's basically kind of like Denver. You know when you go up Denver, the mountains.
Yeah, the mountains. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. It ain't no matter. Like Ruiz is good. He said he's used to the desert. That's what I'm saying. Al Heyman, when it came to them having this fight, Al Heyman was like, okay, no problem. You know what I'm trying to say to you? They were happy to have that fight, man. Because I was like, Al Heyman's people, they didn't protest or anything. They said, yeah, we're gonna do this, Jay. You know what I mean? So I feel like Ruiz, you know what I mean? He a champion, but how long can he keep the belt? We're gonna find out, man. We're gonna find out. I don't see how AJ can keep this belt. I don't see how AJ comes back and beats the belt from this guy here. Is anyone else? It was different, but this guy, it's a hard fight, man.
A hard fight. And to be honest with you, this is a hard fight for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even Wilder. It's not. I don't think. Well, I do think Wilder will knock out Andy Ruiz, but that's not going to be That's not going to be an easy fight. Anybody good work, bro. Anybody. Nobody's going through Andy Ruiz. Nobody.
You know the funny thing about it, like Wilder gives up rounds, so it doesn't even matter. Like if Ruiz is winning, Ruiz get caught, Wilder's clapping. You know what I mean? That's what Wilder would do. It doesn't matter if you're giving up rounds with Wilder. Wilder's like, take 5, take 7. You know what? Take 10 rounds. I'll still get you. You know what I mean? So that's Wilder's different. But in AJ's case, the style is all wrong, bro. The style is all wrong.
I think so too. All I hope for, hopefully it's a fair fight. I understand it's in Saudi Arabia. I know I have some wishful thinking out here, but hopefully, you know what I'm saying, may the best man win. If Anthony Joshua comes on here, puts on an excellent performance, and let's say go to the cards, please, my rule of thumb is this. Me personally, I'm gonna admit it. I'm a biased motherfucker. I'm biased. I'm not some unbiased boxer fan. The only time I'm unbiased is when I'm scoring a fight. That's my rule. When I'm scoring a fight, I like all my bias is out the window. You know what I mean? So if Anthony Joshua comes out here and outboxes Andy Ruiz for 12 rounds, he gets the credit. You know what I'm saying? Point breaking period.
See, I didn't know you was biased.
I don't see him outboxing him though.
Yo, bro,
he's not a better boxer.
I've known you for time. I didn't know you was a biased. I thought you was a fair dude, man. I'm really.
No, I'm unbiased like a motherfucker, dog. I'll admit that shit any day of the week, bro. I am unbiased. We're all unbiased, bro.
Talk
We're
for
all
yourself.
unbiased, bro.
Talk for you. No, you said you biased. Is it biased? You talk about unbiased.
I am biased.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
a biased boxing fan.
That's
Bro.
what-
I'll admit that
Yeah.
1,000%. But I am. The only time I'm unbiased is when I'm scoring a fight. Like you're not gonna hear me. You're not gonna hear me say. You're not gonna hear me say, "Oh, Wilder won 12 rounds against Tyson Fury." You're not gonna hear me say that shit. You know what I mean?
All right.
So that's just it. That's how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, my whole thing is this, bro. You know what I mean? Like, while this fight will happen, what's supposed to happen is gonna happen. When anyone says anything about it, we gonna talk about it, we'll talk about it all along the line. We made our predictions. I've gone out on a limb. My man Zeus is there. He ain't having it. He's like, he's saying, hey, AJ's gonna box like Klitschko. See that whole Klitschko thing, man. AJ, see Klitschko. But you know what, Klitschko, that's why Klitschko stunk up the division. See, AJ got a bad example. See, if AJ won the box, why didn't he say he's going back to that Lennox Lewis? Like his whole thing of disrespecting or Lewis disrespecting him it's more to do with like you know Lewis would have been good for him, bro. Lewis would have been good for him. It's a shame they couldn't work it out because Lewis would have showed him how to beat him. Right? He ain't with him and he gonna box like Klitschko, and Klitschko, as we know, you know what I mean? Like Klitschko ain't the best.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing though. There's like all these people are talking about, oh, Wilder. I mean, Joshua needs to box like Klitschko, but Joshua has a different style than Klitschko. So when you expect him to fight exactly like Klitschko in an 8-week training camp, Klitschko's been doing his thing for 20 years, man. 20 plus years he's been in the division. So what you expect him to work that type of miracle and box the way Klitschko fight the way Klitschko in an 8-week, 12-week training camp? It doesn't work that way, my man. It doesn't work that way, dog. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua's gonna get sparked out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna get sparked out.
And then also too, let's say he does fight like Klitschko. Who has really gone to the body of Vladimir Klitschko? Who's really attacked the body? Because like I said in the first fight, Anthony motherfucker was doing an excellent job going to the body against AJ.
AJ was breathing heavy.
Yeah, but there was some times when he hit him with a body shot, and AJ would take a deep breath like.
Yeah. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, my man.
A bunch of times throughout that fight.
My man, like Zeus here, like AJ took him seriously. Since the AJ, he ain't gonna beat Ruiz. Like if he beats Ruiz, yeah, bro, like this. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he beats Ruiz, I'm like this guy's legit, bro. I'll start believing back in AJ again. If he beats Ruiz and beats him confidently, I'm gonna start believing in AJ because I ain't got no faith in the thing, bro. I ain't got none. I ain't got no faith in the thing that him beating it. But anyway, I'm a zero off right now, right? Brooklyn, tell where they can find you on your YouTube, and give people your social media details, bro.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. Thank you for having me on the panel. Salute to my man Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? It was good talking to you. And yeah, man. You know, follow me at Brooklyn Child Boxing. You know what I'm saying? I do live streams. I do a live stream. I upload content. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna, you know what I mean, get my personal perspective on boxing, hey, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Salute to EJ, man. It's always a pleasure talking boxing with you, bro. Like I said, I've been listening to you for years, even though like I never like made comments. I've been listening to you for years, so like anytime I'm on your panel, it's really an honor. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you, bro.
Yo, man, 100%. Hey, we're glad to have you over in the community. Dwayne, yeah. I know you don't give out your social media, but like Dwayne, you want to give out anything or tell people your last anything?
Bruh, I'm just gonna tell the British public, don't give up on AJ, innit?
Yo, hey, go ahead, do it.
I jump on your channel whenever I can. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't go nowhere, you know. Don't go nowhere, Dwayne, because we're going to watch the Portland game together. I think it's
bro, I'll be here, bro.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. Hey, listen. Hey, Dwayne gave out one of the best lines ever. He said, AJ was acting like Amir Khan, bro. That was one of the best lines.
Yeah, that was funny. That was such a hilarious.
Yo, that was the best line ever. But hey, listen, you guys, wherever you guys' predictions are, like, hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you check out my man Brooklyn West. Me and Dwayne gonna come back in about 10-20 minutes. We're gonna cover the Portland versus the Clippers game. Yo, whatever you're doing, stay blessed. We catch you next one. Peace.
Peace.
Let me just end this thing. So 1 second. the